Hey everybody, I'm here just kind of getting set up. Hey everybody, hello, welcome to Mind Over Mania. My name is Christian, or Chris, and I am doing free tarot readings tonight, as usual. Won't lie guys, I'm feeling a bit down today, just having gone through a couple things within the last couple hours, so, you know, just trying to hang in there, and, yeah, hope you guys are doing alright. I'm gonna give it like a couple more minutes and then I'm gonna start the collective message, which is about 10 minutes, and then you go ahead and post your name on or in the chat, and yeah, then you get a free 5-minute reading with me. Okay, well, it is a little bit early. However, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the collective message, mainly because I want to get a lot of these feelings out. I'm feeling just sore in so many ways. I mean, I worked out yesterday, so, but I don't understand why my body's just feeling just crap in a whole bunch of places. Hey, hello. Yeah, alright, let's start pulling some cards for this collective message. Hope you're doing well. Absolutely. You're here bright and early. Thanks for coming. How about you, person on Twitch? I always see you watching. I see you creeping. You can say hello. Hey, Amanda K. Hey! Go ahead and add you on the list. Oh. Let's see what else. I don't know, I feel like this collective message is going to be a little bit longer than normal. So hang tight, y'all. It's kind of just based off of what I'm feeling right now. I'm kind of in a bit of a negative headspace, so I also need a little bit of time to just, like, chill. Like, I sat there and I tried, like, before starting the live stream, I was like, okay, you know, let's kind of get out of it. And honestly, I'm kind of feeling like I just want to exist in my current energy right now. I don't want to try to force myself to be something I'm not. Hey, Angelus, I hope you're doing all right. Go ahead and put you on the list. So the first 3 when we start doing readings is going to be Hello, Amanda, and Angelus. Okay? It's the current lineup of people. Okay. Yeah, I got, like, muscles hurting here for some reason. I wonder if that's from my workout. Maybe I'm finally getting some chest pecs. Highly doubt it, but you know. I can dream. Alright, let's go ahead and see what the cards have in store for this collective message today. Did you dye your hair? It looks good. No, I washed it, like, just recently. Yeah, I think part of it also is I got a new webcam, so the audio should be at least a bit better, and the lighting is a different color. So, for example, this is like a whitish light as opposed to my other one. So now you can actually see, like, the red and stuff. I could have sworn you were blonde, 2 gays go. That's so funny. Yeah, so actually, like, my natural hair color is like it's like a brownish blonde. And my hair is dyed red, but I used to be blonde. So, for example, see that title photo? That's me having bright blonde hair. Whenever I moved to Austin, I dyed it to red because I was tired of the attention, and yeah, I just didn't want to be stereotyped anymore. Yeah, okay, so let's get into the collective message, guys. So I am projecting a little bit into this reading, but I do feel like someone just had a rough go of it. But I feel like there's something about, like, I'm hearing 2 times, where it's almost like you have to go through something twice before you actually learn the message that you're supposed to hear, if that makes any sense. I'm just, like, I'm slouching, but I'm, like, trying to just do my thing. Ginger reddish, yeah, it's a red. It used to be half purple, half red too, but then I just went all to straight red. Yeah, so we've got the card Grief here. Someone's maybe going through a grieving process, either grieving a person, an old livelihood, or maybe you're just kind of grieving society right now. There's a lot of big changes going on collectively, and some of you guys may be really hung up on a certain kind of grief. Or maybe your state of mind right now is in a grieving space. Searching, online looking for info records. Some of you guys are in the process of either a job search, or maybe you're just literally searching for information. Maybe you're trying to find a way out of your current predicament. Maybe you're trying to find out more information to get access to a better lawyer, get access to a person. Maybe you're trying to research a certain kind of person or situation. Some of you guys, I feel like you may be researching, like, an axe, or you're trying to get closure or some kind of, you know, dynamic. Hey, everybody. Hey, Miss Intricate. Hey, Cutie Cat. I'll absolutely add you to the list. We've got Bounty Hunter, Chaser, Hot Pursuit. Yeah, some of you guys need to back off on chasing either a certain person, a certain situation, because you're putting a little too much effort into somewhere that is not suiting you. Hey, Playboy. Hey. Yeah, just this chaser energy, it feels very misplaced or misguided. So it's kind of like you're chasing after an individual who's either not good for you, not emotionally stable, or you're just consuming, like, this person is consuming so much time that it's causing you to literally be set back a couple years because of how much energy and time you're devoting to this person that has no business, you have no business being devoted to. Or maybe it's a certain stressful situation. Maybe you keep reliving your traumatized past, or you're not going forward, as opposed to just rehashing the same thing over and over. It's like bringing up the same childhood trauma from your therapist after being in therapy for 3 years. That kind of energy really doesn't benefit you. And so that's kind of showing that you have a certain drive towards getting something fixed, but the actual fixing process, it's lack, and it's trying to stay in that energy as opposed to getting you out of it. Reinvention. So some of you guys may be trying to reinvent yourself, and maybe that's just causing some of this grief and growing pains, as I said. And the reinvention process is difficult. It's not for the weak, and it's not for people that are not able to provide closure for the past, if that makes any sense. I feel like there's, for some of you guys, you're maybe having a hard time closing old doors or not allowing new energy to come through that will allow this transformation to change you. Just keep that in mind whenever you're trying to be happy for someone else. I feel like some of you guys, you are struggling to celebrate other people's wins because you're having such a hard go of it. And it's okay to struggle for a little bit, but after a certain point, you need to be taking responsibility and accountability as you're trying to move forward. Irreconcilable differences, divorce, final. Yeah, some of you guys, you gotta move on. Divorce this mofo. Divorce this past. Whatever is not serving you. You know, it's irreconcilable differences. It's you and another person and a certain type of energy do not mesh at all, and you can no longer go back to the way that things were. And you have to accept that. You have to learn how to grow beyond the current circumstances and not allow other people's mental states to get into your space, especially your head space. You know, if someone is projecting something onto you, you don't have time and energy right now to be focused on resolving things and trying to make someone else understand you when they are committed and dedicated to misunderstanding you. We've got disconnected. Yeah, some of you guys are also disconnected from reality. I'm seeing some disassociation energy. I'm seeing a lot of just kind of lack, like sitting and stewing in this energy of I don't have enough, rather than going out and pursuing it or actively calling it in. Some of you guys just need to learn how to manifest wealth and being able to accomplish and achieve receiving on a spiritual frequency as opposed to focusing on like financial, right? Because everybody is attached to the idea of, okay, I'm going to do spell work and then a certain amount of money is going to come through. Like, that's not how a lot of this stuff works. You have to be in balance in order to receive what you need from the universe. Everybody needs to be at a point where stability allows the welcoming in of wealth, because otherwise it's just going to go right back out, and the universe doesn't want you to be continuing this lack. Hey everybody, I saw a bunch of people popped in the chat. I'm still working on the collective message right now, so I'm going to go ahead and update the list once I finish the collective message. Okay, so getting back into more cards, we've got get an outside opinion. Yeah, some of you guys are releasing trust issues, and part of releasing trust issues is understanding that sometimes other people are more informed, or maybe they're in a better mental space than you. So getting an outside opinion would be very beneficial to you this time. Maybe looking at a financial advisor, maybe going towards a partner, or I'm seeing like if you're a student, you know, getting someone who's a little bit older than you. Just learning how to get a grip on your current situation, or being able to distinguish who has a great outsider opinion. I think you'll know because someone who is able to give you good advice is capable of criticizing you in a polite way and a non-judgmental way. They will also make you feel comfortable for asking for advice. Something good will happen soon. Yeah, don't give up hope, you guys. Something really great and positive is coming towards you, even if things feel really dire right now. Even if, you know, you're kind of obsessing over a person, or you're obsessed over trying to make your situation work. Your spirit guide team is saying, hold the faith. Deep-rooted trust is needed right now, and understand that things and times will get better, and the more you believe that, the easier it will move through these certain situations, okay? As long as you hold on to the knowledge that things can't stay bad all the time. I mean, there are a lot of bad things that happen in this world, but holding on to that frequency will only make it worse, and so holding on to this understanding that things will get better for you will perpetuate you to a higher vibration and help you achieve what it is you need. Some of you guys, part of like the lack mindset is just fundamentally not having a deep-rooted belief system that things will get better for you and that you deserve better. Deserve is a huge issue right now, because ultimately if you don't believe you deserve better, then you're always going to show up for crap and bullshit. You need to let it go in order to move forward. Yep. All that's pretty direct, and then you're doing a great job avoiding this issue. Yeah, some of you guys are having deep-rooted denial about a certain situation. Maybe it's a partnership, maybe it's parenthood, maybe there's some kind of a dynamic between you and another person. If you are avoiding a problem right now or avoiding a deep wound within yourself, stop running away from this energy, because ultimately, if you are not taking time to slow down and admit to yourself that things are not fine and that you need to change pace and make some difficult, hard choices, then you're going to continue to dig yourself into a deeper hole. Okay, so please don't avoid your problems right now, because your spirit guide teams are like, listen, it's important that you face things right now. You are an adult, you are capable, you have all the tools that you need to overcome your situation. No matter what you're going through, you can and will do it, but you can't avoid the problems that are going on right now. Avoiding is the same as spiritual bypassing, right? You can't will things out of the universe. You have to be able to face them head on. So trust in your divine counterpart, trust in the divine that things are going to be okay. You know, and also stop avoiding your feelings too, because if you do have feelings for somebody, it's a lot harder to move on or work through a situation with a person when you're complete denial of a tragedy or something bad that happened in the past. I don't know, some of you guys, there's like immediately when I was like talking about like a partnership in particular, it's like I felt this energy of like a tragedy that happened either between you and someone else, and maybe this is like an echo of that in your relationship dynamics. So like your spirit guides are saying, hey, stop avoiding what caused the problem, so then you can move forward in a healthier light. Because otherwise, just trying to move on and not think about it isn't actively addressing the issue. You know, just letting go, doing a mantra, like working through feelings. For some of you guys, this is deep rooted into, maybe you're dealing with misogyny, maybe you're dealing with bigger picture issues that are tied to a certain circumstance, or maybe you had a trauma related to that. In any case, there's a reason why you're not moving on, especially if it's been like 3-4 years or whatever. Those types of scenarios, you know, please allow yourself to admit how you're actually doing and the underlying root problem that's causing you hindrance. And also just understand you're not a bad person for getting hurt. You're not a bad person for getting hurt, okay? Like, you're not a bad person for not making mistakes. You're not a bad person for not moving forward. You know, the less shame you introduce in a situation, the better. Let me get these last three cards. We've got 5 cards here. We've got the 5 of Wands, which is all about overcoming conflict and whatnot. So some of you guys are fighting a battle of some kind. Maybe it's a legal battle, maybe it's a personal battle. It could be an inner battle, but usually this is some kind of a fighting within that's taking place. So understand that you will overcome this issue. Just let it ride itself out. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, so stay determined and keep working hard. Whatever it is you're doing, work hard. Maybe you need to work a little harder to achieve what it is your goal is. But tapping into your intuition would be very, very pivotal at this moment in time. So that way you know where your energy is supposed to be going to. Concentrate your focus on what you're manifesting and stick to that. Keep focused, keep dynamic, and be willing to move with it while still keeping your eye on the goal, right? It's like playing soccer. You know, you need to get the ball from one end to the other, and being able to navigate it that way will really help you out. We've got the Tower. I had it upright, but they're saying in reverse. Yeah, so some of you guys are overcoming a Tower moment, or maybe your foundation has been uprooted in some kind of a way, and as you're going through healing that, you're going to encounter some setbacks as a result of that. And it's okay that those setbacks are in place, because they are teaching you how to adjust to this new vibration and to this new lifestyle change. Because, like, for example, some of those some of these setbacks could be like, hey, you decide that you're going to start dressing differently. You're going to cut your hair and do something unique, right? That may disqualify you from places that you used to be okay with going into those places. And now you can't. At the end of the day, is being yourself more important than getting accepted in places where you never were supposed to fit in? Maybe not. Only you get to decide what's important to you. But ultimately, you should be pursuing living your best life as your true authentic self, it will be more rewarding in the long run, and ultimately you'll find your people faster when you stand out. Or learn how to stand out with grace and intention. The Fool. Yeah, some of you guys are on the Fool's journey right now. You're just at the beginnings. So it's okay if you look a little foolish. It's okay if you act and say a couple stupid things, because you're growing and you're starting a new path. And I feel like it'll help you join in better with others when you kind of admit your flaws and try to just be a little bit of a fool. Like, be like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing either. I might be restarting at my age, or maybe I'm trying to go do something I'm not familiar with. You're gonna look and act like a fool, and that's okay. It's okay to be foolish sometimes. Just don't let it get out of hand. And then finally we've got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, don't allow financial struggle to stop you. This situation will be temporary. Now, how long temporary is, it's hard to say. However, just don't allow it to stop you from going in the direction you need to do. Going in the direction you need to go, okay? Anyways, that was the collective message. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Yeah, if at any point in time, you know, you missed the collective message, once the live stream is over, you can go ahead and watch it on my YouTube channel and get some cool messages from that. I've been kind of out of the corner of my eye seeing what was going on in the chat. I'm seeing Taco Bell. I'm seeing drinks. I saw Twisted Tea mentioned. Hey, Vernietta. Hey, everybody. I think I saw Airy, Miss Intricate, Cutie Cat, Love is the Trend. The gang's all here. Oh, thank you guys. I love how y'all are interacting too. Like, that's my favorite part about doing some of these live streams is I want y'all to make friends with each other because y'all are great. And as long as you guys can, like, you know, vibe together, that makes me happy. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and update the list for everybody, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay. Alright, because hello, you are up first. Then it's gonna be Amanda K, then Angelus. Then Miss Intricate, Cutie Cat, Playboy Bunny. What is your profile picture, Playboy Bunny? I'm like, I keep looking at it and it looks like a building, and then I'm like, it's not. And Airy, welcome back. That cool girl on here. I just want something good to happen. No, dude, I feel that. No, like, today was really depressing, and I'm like, I was trying to hype myself up for the live stream, and I won't lie, I was just sitting there just like, okay, we're gonna do this. And I'm like, we're gonna do our best here. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do our best. I can get through this, but damn, today's just, or actually the last 2 days have been pretty shit, so, yeah. I tried that Cantina taco thing, Love is the Trend. It was so good. Oh, yes! Yes. Honestly, though, after this live stream, I might get one, too. I'll update you guys next week. Drinking a Twisted Tea. Alright, and then Vernietta, I'm gonna add you to the list, too. Vernietta. Man, that's what I look forward to is your lives because I don't have any friends. Oh, Miss Intricate! Oh! No, I totally get that. Like, especially if you, like, go through a spiritual awakening, people don't get it. Like, so something that I've been kind of alluding to and telling everybody that is really sensitive, in general, or you have an affiliation towards spirituality, all of, like, for example, like the political discourse, all of the major changes that are going on in the world right now, they have a heavy impact on highly sensitive people. Like, for me, the last 3 weeks, I have just given up on trying to have consistent sleep. I wake up at 3, 4, 5 a.m. every single night now, and it's because of just how much turmoil and all the stuff that's going on collectively. And, yeah, you know what I mean? It's very difficult living life connected authentically, especially also being someone who just genuinely wants to care about people. I don't know, this is just kind of a mini tangent, but like I've been really disappointed in my realizations about what's going on with society, like genuinely how it's socially emphasized that loving other people, being generous and kind is like laughed at and like considered a weakness, or like in like all these dating trends, you know, where there's men that just straight up are like, yeah, no, I don't respect my girl if she like is too loving towards me or whatever. She doesn't know how to stand up for herself. And I'm just like, who hurt you people? Like it's a little distressing, I'm not gonna lie. And then especially like seeing the younger generations, like I'm not able to really gauge the full age range of my viewership right now, but like I'm gonna be turning 30 this year, and I really grieve the younger generation because they don't remember the world pre 9/11, and just seeing how life has kind of impacted society in that way has just been very sad. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you too, Miss Intricate. Y'all keep me going too. the feelings are mutual. It's a hoodie from the back. Ah, okay. Silver hair in the hood and the. Okay, cool. Mania, is it possible to have a passed over certainly give you messages, especially if you two are very similar and lived a similar life? You mean like a passed on loved one? Yeah, I or like someone who has died that has similar lives to you reaching out. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna. Sorry, now that my traumatic rant is over, I'm like catching up on the chat. Hello, you are the first person getting their reading. What do the gods/goddesses think about me and my family? Ooh, which ones? Which gods and goddesses? Because that is a very you got to be a little more specific with that one, because everybody's got entities and deities and stuff running around them. Even if, like, I mean, okay, I shouldn't say even if you don't worship them, but I feel like there's just so many, and then especially because spirit guides can manifest in many different ways. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tricky question. And please stop, y'all. Now I want Taco Bell. Listen. No, so that's something I've noticed with my live streams. Is like I usually like try to eat dinner right before the live stream, which is bad. And then I don't know, I find like, especially like after going through all of the readings and whatnot, I get super hungry, and I still miss my fried chicken post live stream session with people where I was just eating fried chicken and hanging out with everybody. I low key, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is next time I'm gonna get Taco Bell and I'm just gonna have it sitting and waiting for at the end of the message. All right. Yeah, I'm okay with having a low friend base because they're always in competition and it's so energy draining. Oh my god, yes. It's like, I just want to help each other. I'm too depressed to compete. I'm like, I really just want y'all to succeed. And like, I mean, yeah, I can get jealous and things, but like, damn, like, no. But not here, I feel safe. Yay! Yeah, that's the goal. I just want everybody to get along, and I'm also, like, really anti-bullshit, so, like, for me, you know, if I find out there's, like, bullying going on in the chat or whatever, I will definitely shut that down, or I'll diss you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm one of those people where I'm like, no, everybody else has trauma from all of these friendship circles or whatever. I'm like, I shut that shit down immediately. Like, no. Like we can all be sassy with each other and whatnot, but like no bullying, absolutely not. Okay, sorry, I keep getting distracted. What do the gods or goddesses think? Whoever wants to show up. Okay, let me. So for you, hello, I'm feeling Aphrodite. Okay, not that one. Yeah, I feel like there's some like entities that work with you that I don't particularly affiliate with. But Aphrodite's one that I've at least channeled before for people. And she's also very sweet. Um, uh, Yeah, when they think about you and your family. Okay, I'm gonna pull some cards. I love cheese. Dude, same. I ate a whole chunk of brie the other day. Like a whole circle. Okay, well, I should say half of a whole circle, but in 2 days, I ate a whole circle of brie, and it was lovely. Yes. What did she think of your? I don't know. I feel like, do you get nervous interacting with deities at all? I won't lie. So, like, whenever I first started channeling, so my path, just so everyone's abundantly clear of like what my spiritual affiliation with is, like, so I believe in source or God, and then, if there's like spiritual entities and whatnot that channel through. I just always make sure that I connect with the lens of what is the highest good for the person receiving the message. So, say for example, like Loki was a deity that I worked with for a while. However, I only work with certain aspects of Loki because Loki is a trickster, and Loki, teaches a lot. Hi, general reading for career. Okay, MMC. There's a big list of people, but I'm gonna put you on the list, okay? So, but it may be over a half hour before I get to you. So, just a disclaimer. Lady Gaga song about Aphrodite. Yeah, absolutely. So, for Aphrodite and her crew, do you have like a feeling of like missing home? Hello? I feel like she's a little concerned about your home life. Um, yeah, let me pull and see what the cards. It says stop listening to bad advice. Yeah, I feel like you maybe pay attention to social media a little bit too much. Especially like with like beauty standards and whatnot. I feel like she's definitely, there's something about just like she keeps saying and feeling like you're very, very kind, and you try to overcome things and you overcome boundaries and obstacles a lot. And I feel like it's almost like, because, so for example, you're a girl's girl, right? And with Aphrodite, I feel like you're not acknowledging that you have stepped and overcome a lot of boundaries in your path. So for example, when I'm saying boundaries, I'm not talking about like, like the emotional boundaries and things like that. I'm talking about like literally, you know, it's almost like people say, okay, here's the line here. And then you were like, oh, okay, well, I'm a girl's girl, so I'm going to go and do this thing. And you literally like overcame challenges and you did it all while looking good and maintaining your femininity. And I think that she's really trying to like advise you to be less hard on yourself when she's like, listen, you are beautiful, you do have a lot of like, there's something about like taking a chance on yourself, and specifically with your family too. One, you're a cycle breaker for your family, like you specifically, but it's also like your family system in general. Like I feel like a lot of the women in your family are judged. I think they're judged because of their attractiveness. I think they're judged because they're smart and because they don't always let loose. You know what I mean? Like, because like Aphrodite, I mean, like she doesn't judge, sex workers and all that other stuff. But like she's like, okay, you chose a different path and you used your beauty effectively in different ways, and you weren't rewarded for things that would normally be considered toxic that other people were, and then you're like trying to beat yourself down for not playing other people's games, right? So it's kind of like it's not about like putting other women down that use their body to get things. That's not what I'm saying. But what it is it's kind of like you're not coming out there making fun of another woman's hair, right? You're not going out there trying to like cut people down because you're attractive. You're not trying to get ahead by putting other people down, right? And that's where Aphrodite's just kind of like, that's why she's like, she wants to show you love, and it's kind of like she chooses you or champions you, if that makes sense, in the astral world, because she knows that your beauty is authentic innerly and outwardly. And that's just kind of what she's focusing on right now. This doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so I feel like she feels like you gotta let go of a lot of your confusion, because it's kind of like there's certain aspects of the divine feminine that are very whimsical, and they don't necessarily need to make sense, right? Because it's about having fun, and it's about being fluid in your femininity, I guess. And so that's where she's trying to just kind of reassure you that not all divinity makes sense to you. And that's okay, right? Because the feminine, like, think of, like, that mysterious woman from across the room, right? Like, she's all mysterious, and, she has a beautiful relationship with herself, right? And she's mysterious, which means being mysterious means you're not going to have all the information, right? But she still flows through life, and she's confident, and she's poised, and she's able to get through that. She's just kind of trying to letting you know that it's going to be okay. Let it go. Letting go of family trauma or family bonds that don't serve you. One sec, I'm like trying to like really focus on like what's her messages too, because she's just very like, I don't know, like, did you eventually want to have children too? I feel like she's trying to like support you on that, and but also is kind of like saying like, hey, you can shine, you can be beautiful with or without children. Like, there is like a focus on the beauty energy that is not so much necessarily skin deep, if that makes sense. Like, she's talking about like more that really deep, elegant, divine feminine. Courage is needed. Yeah, she's just telling you, you have a lot of courage, and if you need more of it, she can help supply you with it, or reach out to whatever spirit guide team would support you in that. But I feel like she's trying to just send you and show you more love, and that there's courage in wanting to be a feminine person, and to take your job seriously. And then think carefully about the outcome that you want. This is your final card, but think very closely and carefully about where it is, what it is you're trying to manifest, and where it is that you're going. Because I feel like you've been a little inconsistent on your manifestations, and so she's just trying to say, hey, babe, no offense, it's okay to want the world and stuff, but like, let's start with manifesting the short term, and then we'll build into the long term, okay? So that's kind of like the vibe as well. Anyways, though, thank you so much. Hello. That concludes your message. I'm gonna go ahead to get into Amanda K. Amanda, thank you so much for coming in early. I'm glad you're able to make it. Yeah. No, it's okay. Yeah, no, Ari, the only thing is, like, I just don't want people spamming the chat, so that way I can actually see replies and stuff, which you're fine. I've had people in the past, though, that literally, like, would post repeatedly, and, you're okay. That's the main reason why I don't do that. But it does help me, too, if, like, say, for example, it's been, like, a while, and then, I'm calling people out, I can go and scroll back. I'd say just wait until, I usually do, like I read like 3 names to make sure like you're kind of ready and you know when you're about to come up. So yeah, but you're all good. Okay. And like, I also know too with like some of those other live streamers where it's like constantly like, I want my question to be heard, and you're just like, you have to post 5 times. Like, I totally get it. Venus. Okay. Anyways, okay, Amanda K, you are up. And then we have Angelus, then Miss Intricate. Amanda! Amanda, you were just here. Alright, and then Angelus, and then Miss Intricate. I'm gonna give Amanda a couple more seconds, and then we'll go to Angelus. I don't know. But yeah, no, I just also, like, so while I'm waiting for, like, Amanda to post in there, I just want to say, like, if anybody out there is having, like, a hard time, like, dealing with the unrealistic beauty standards that society has on social media right now, or just, like, if you're just feeling, like, gross and, like, not on point, I'm just sending all of y'all love and just saying, you're beautiful regardless. And I mean, I may be biased because I'm into girls, but, like, literally, I'm sorry, there's just a certain point where I'm like, it does not matter what y'all do.
you don't have to try that hard to look hot, okay? Like, my lifelong problem has been being attracted to women, and I didn't know that's what the issue was the whole time. And I'm like, oh, now that I've unpacked that, I'm just like, you guys don't even know. I'm like I see girls online all the time where they're just like, oh, I'm just so ugly and blah blah blah, and I'm sitting here just like, girl, if you're ugly, I'm screwed. All right, like I'm screwed. Like nope, nope, nope. Like I'm like absolutely like who the heck told you that? And sometimes even women like we do it to ourselves. And you know like half of the stuff you see on the internet, like everybody's got work done, everybody's got filters on. You know, like for example, like sometimes it's even just like the lighting. Like right now, I look like I'm wearing makeup on. I am not wearing any makeup, and it's simply because of the lighting, right? Like there's just so much shit, and like especially like if you're depressed or if you are, you know, trying to take care of yourself or whatever, it's just you're we're all going through things, and not everybody has the resources or time or ability to take care of themselves or to look a certain kind of way, or you don't even want to. You know, it's just so upsetting to see how much pressure is put on our appearance when it's like, can I just like be liked for my personality for 5 minutes? You know what I mean? And I'm like supporting other girls and whatnot. Are you only into girls or do you like both genders? I like both. Yeah. Yeah, I'm technically non-binary. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of been like more of a recent like, okay, what's kind of going on with the stuff? And then after I was able to like admit it to myself, I went, okay, this is more significant in my personality than I was like kind of admitting to myself. So, ongoing queer journey here. Um, this may be weird, but I could honestly tell you were into girls. I just got the vibe. Yeah, yeah, I know. And like it's something that like it's been a lifelong fear of making women uncomfortable. Because I'm also just a masculine woman in general. Like I embrace my masculinity. I'm always working on it. And so like making women feel comfortable is something that I've always had a like that's like my Achilles heel. Like literally if a girl was like, "Ew, oh my god, you made me feel bad," I would just like die. You know, and that's also the from the opposite perspective. That's why I also want women to understand how valuable and treasured and loved they are, because watching how men discard them and treat women so poorly, it's like it literally kills me all of the time. Because I'm sitting here just like, girl, I could never comprehend doing that to somebody as a romantic partner. You know what I mean? Okay, Amanda. So since I haven't heard from you, how about Angelus? Are you here? Or Miss Intricate? Angelus, you are up for a reading. Or Miss Intricate, whichever one of you guys posts first. I'm gonna get back on there. Okay, Angelus. Okay, cool. Can I please have some cards pulled about my career? I'm trying to go back to hospital, specifically my old job, Norton's, or just a hospital job that plays CNAs and pay for my school. Okay. Yeah, let's do a career reading for Angelus. Career reading for Angelus. I feel like you're going to have some obstacles. I'm not going to lie, because part of it's going to involve you moving, but then part of it's also going to be like you need to be like on top of your money right now. Money, I think, is going to be a significant factor in why you're going to struggle manifesting this job. I don't think this job is going to be coming. It's not going to come out of the woodworks. It's going to take a little bit of work to get back into it. But you can succeed going in that direction. So we've got non-action, yeah. So right now, you need to make sure that you are prioritizing your focus on both your body, mind, and spirit. And they're kind of trying to say taking non-action would be a good thing, but it's also detrimental if this is the path you want to take. So it's kind of like your body and mind and spirit requires rest right now, but you can't afford to not take action. So making sure you figure out your priorities first is going to be super important, especially financially to overcome those burdens. Financial support, child alimony, government. Yeah, you might need to look into financial support at this time. before you can kind of hop into the next realm. I think this is what's mainly going to be your hindrance as going forward. Escapist. Yeah, I feel like there's also something about this desire for this new job that's a little bit about escapism with your current job. So kind of watch while you are maybe feeling a bit hopeless about your job situation or multiple situations. They're saying don't run away and escape the feeling. Move towards the feeling, resolve it, and then it's going to get, your path is going to get a lot clearer. Oh, okay, I needed to hear that too. Okay. Verge, about to reveal, confess. Yeah, I feel like you're on the verge of discovering something about yourself or discovering something about your situation that would be really beneficial. So maybe there's like a financial consequence from some of your behavior that you weren't aware of, and then suddenly you're like, oh, wait, I didn't realize I did that. Oh, I could have been making this better decision the whole time. Duh. And then like your finances are going to open up a bit more. You just got to watch what you're projecting outwards in terms of your job prospects, because the more you're saying I want and I need a job, you're setting yourself backwards instead of welcoming the job in and having open arms. We've got Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, so Knight of Pentacles energy is usually slow moving, and it involves like a person too. So maybe, you know, develop your network a little bit more at this time, going in that direction, and then also understand that, you know, just slow and steady wins the race. Be devoted to your financial situation. Be determined to resolve what it is that's going on in your personal life, and you'll get through it. Okay. We got Seven of Cups in reverse, so you don't... I feel like a lot of options are closed off to you right now, or at least that's what it feels like, but I do feel like your spirit guide team is trying to force you down a specific path so that way you learn a specific lesson before giving you access to a job like this. So understand right now that even if you're going to be applying for jobs in that sort of general direction, you're not going to be going there right away. So just keep that in mind, that time is limited and options are limited, so you got to think on your feet and try to make the best decision possible for you right now. And think only about yourself, because there's one of the issues that you're having about your career choices right now is you're considering other people's involvement in your life a little bit too much. And maybe practice detaching a little bit to really only focus on how does this job meet my needs? How does it equal income for me? And then that's it. Don't care about the social consequences. Don't care about all this other stuff, because you really need to get to the bare bones right now and stay focused. We've also got Page of Cups. So right now, you know, you're slightly opening up to yourself. And there's also kind of a message here about being open to your spirituality and your femininity a little bit. Because I feel like, so, hey Dorella, hello. It's first come, first serve, so if you just want a reading, post your question, or post your name in the chat, and then I'll put you on the list. But it is going to be a little bit of time before I get to you, okay? Yeah, because I'm seeing this girl with like this bowl with steam coming out of it and smoke. And so like, I don't know if maybe you've been either trying to get high to like, you know, check out of your situation, or you're like intoxicated or something, but just please be in mind about like what you're taking into your body is impacting your decision making, and you need to be sober right now. You need to make sure that you are managing your emotions, even if they are fleeting. And I feel like the good news is you're kind of, or Dora. Okay, cool. As you're kind of growing into a more emotionally healthy person, I think like that's just acknowledgement of that's going to also impact your financials and impact your career. Yeah, and just what state of mind you're staying in as well. So anyways, I hope that helped you, Angelus, because it's like it's not going to be very direct and it's not going to be easy, but that's why I'm kind of like, I'm not sure that your spirit guide team is going to have you end up in that position. But right now, things are just tumultuous, so it's about like clearing the crap out and kind of getting really honed in on one particular decision so you can move to the next one. All right, thank you for stopping by, Angelus. Amanda, if you're here, I'm going to give you one final shot. Otherwise, it's Miss Intricate, then Cutie Cat, then Playboy Bunny. All right, and then Dorella, I put you on the list. Yeah, no problem, Angelus. We're rooting for you, Angelus. I, like, think about you all the time. I just want to send you love. Like, we're all cheering for you after you've just been through so much, and I know you're going to get through this just one day at a time, okay? We're clapping for you. We're cheering for you. I'd raise a glass, but I don't have anything in my teacup. Yeah, but okay, Miss Intricate, you're up. Miss Intricate, you are up. Then Cutie Cat and Playboy. I don't know why I just made a face. Maybe some of you guys needed a little bleh. A little Christian bleh. What's going on with Jay? He called me while I was at work to say what's up, and then he said call you later, and he just like disappeared. What? What is this boy doing? Girl, you're asking me for readings so much about this man, and his energy's so confusing. Like, girl, what? It's just slow burn energy, man. I think he's like just kind of testing you a little bit. He's trying to see like, is she gonna pick up? And I feel like there's something about like, I feel like he feels like you forget about him and he gets triggered by that. Like, I don't know, he can sometimes be a little insecure with you. He's kind of like, don't forget about me. Like, don't forget about me, but like, I'm not gonna commit. I don't know, that's a little like, nah. It just feels a little immature. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of like, I see it like I literally see the image of a little boy just, hey, Mr. J. Hello. Hello, we got Mr. J in the house. Speaking of J. We're gonna pin it all on Mr. J right now, okay? Too many J names in this chat. I feel like y'all are fucking with me. Meanwhile, Mr. J is just like, do you have an address where I can send a donation to? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, okay, let me pause. Let me pause so that way I can put my donation link in the chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I do have donation links on my main YouTube channel. But one sec, let me pull it up. Give me attention, but I'm gonna treat you like crap. Well, and that's another thing too. He's also getting away with it because you're allowing it. Because you should, at some point, you should tell him, "Hey, it's wasting my time and energy when you're doing this." But anyways, as I was gonna say, it literally feels like little boy energy. It's kind of like, okay, I'm working on myself. I'm working on myself. Shit, is she forgetting about me? I'm gonna go tap her shoulder, get her attention, and then like, okay, she responded. Okay, great. Then I'm gonna walk away. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not like malicious or ill-intended. It's just kind of like, it's kind of insecure. And I'm just not a fan of it. Thank you for the follow, Thadon! Hello. If you are interested in a reading, post your question in the chat and I'll get you on the list. Otherwise, come and hang out. Come and hang out. Do you have a P.O. box? No, I do not. Yeah, here, let me post my donation link. Alright. Me neither. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, maybe just kind of talk to him about it, but alright, let me get the cards and see what they say. So what is going on with Jay here? It says wisdom is needed right now. Yeah, your spirit guide team is like, this behavior ain't it, and, you know, while it's nice and appreciated that he's reaching out to you, you also need to have some wisdom and discernment. Like, do you really want to be teaching a man to treat that behavior is acceptable to you? Are you guys able to hear me? Sorry, one sec. I want to make sure that the internet's not cutting. How does it change the situation? Yeah, so basically your spirit guide team is kind of saying like, okay, if he did start messaging you consistently, how does the situation change with him? Yeah, so something to do with, just watching your words and watching your mind battle that's going on with this conflict. It says, have stronger communication now. So your spirit guide team is saying, please talk to him about this behavior and address it, because he should understand that, you know, you are a responsible adult and that he should be respecting your time and energy better. Look at your resources, okay? And then fear is dead and I'm on top of the world. I know what this energy is. He likes you. I think he's kind of messing with you too. Is he a little bit of a trickster? Or he's kind of like one of those types of guys that plays mind games a little bit. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I just went on Restream and like I have the most unflattering photo of my face stuck right now. Are you guys able to hear me? I'm taking a screenshot of this, guys. It's hilarious. Yeah, but the sphere is dead and I'm on top of the world. Yeah, I feel like this guy is kind of like using you to overcome some of his fears, or he's like projecting a little bit. So making sure that you're taking the time to just kind of overcome your fear about getting abandoned in this connection, but also your fear of not getting what you want and desire out of it. Because I feel like if you start telling them, saying, hey, like, this behavior's not okay, if you don't start, like, acting right, I'm gonna leave, right? Yeah, you shouldn't be putting up with that. That's breadcrumbing. And I feel like he's trying to, like, control you a little bit. And it's like, for him, it's like, yeah, he's just got a little bit of a trickster to him, where he's kind of like a ha ha ha, I'm gonna like push your buttons, but secretly I'm like a troll, and this is how I'm a little passive aggressive, but like he really does have feelings for you. And so it's kind of like, nah, that's a bad analogy. I was gonna use the analogy of like, you know how like they talk about like, oh well, when a guy likes you, they pick on you. It's not quite like that. It's more of like he's literally immature and he does not know how to talk to a girl in an authentic way. So what he does is he kind of like, ha 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 ha, you like me, right? Yeah, you'd become more lucky if you treated me better. Yeah, exactly, right? Well, and I think you should just tell him that. Just say, hey, like, why are you doing this? Or like, what's going on? Because I don't have time or energy for this. You know, you're wasting my time. Anyways, though, Miss Intricate, that was your reading. Wish you the best of luck on that one, because, like, just don't put up with that, okay? Because I think, like, if you start setting the tone that I will walk away, in all seriousness, if you behave this way, or, like, this behavior's turning me off, then he'll listen to you. But, like, you shouldn't need to get to that point. Hey, Taylor! Hey! Welcome, welcome! If you're interested in getting on the list, we do have a list of people. These are 5-minute tarot readings, but if you want a reading, I'll put you on the list. All right, so next we've got Cutie Cat, Playboy Bunny, Love is the Trend. Those are the next 3 up. So Cutie Cat, you are up. Woohoo! Then Playboy Bunny, and then Love is the Trend. And then after that, we have Airy, Cool Girl, Vernietta, MMC, Dorella, and Mista J. And then now Taylor. Woohoo! How will my weekend go? Okay. Let me pull some cards for you. Are you, like, doing something interesting on the weekends? Are you just finding a question to ask me? Because I feel like, are you, like, going out to see a movie or something? Like, I feel like you're just, like, going out and, like, just having, like, fun with your friends, or you're just kind of, like, or, like, maybe you want to, or people... I feel like, do people cancel plans on you a lot, Cutie Cat? That's, like, kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, that's not cool. It's like, oh, I have all these friends, and then, like, no one wants to go and hang out, and then they all end up, like, smoking weed and watching Netflix at home, and you're sitting there like, guys, we're young. We gotta go out. No, I have no plans. Okay, I don't know, but, like, if you're not seeing a movie, go see a movie. Go do some... Maybe this is my millennial ass just being like, okay, Listen, there's a whole world out there. You're only young for a certain period of time. Go out and do young people shit. Alright? Even if it's just, like, go hang out in the mall or something. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, so we've got baby steps, baby steps. Yeah, lame people. I just go out on my own or with my mom. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Listen, if we all lived in the same region, we would all be hanging out and being like, listen, girls' night, let's go get, like, coffee at some local place. Um, yeah, stand up and fight. Yeah, so there's something about your spirit guide teams that's saying, like, hey, if you want to do something, go do it. Maybe there's something that you're really passionate about. They're kind of just saying, like, kind of like, get moving, try to be more open to opportunities or things. And it says, listen to the signals. Pain isn't always a death sentence. Keep moving. We'd start a ruckus. Oh, we absolutely would. Okay? A polite ruckus. It's just more of like, I usually when I'm in public, so for example, if I'm like hanging out with my sister and we're just doing weird things, it's usually that polite, like, what are those girls over there doing? And we're just laughing our asses off. Like, that's just all it is. It's like good, wholesome fun, but also people are like, do they both have beards on right now? What do they do? Are those dudes or those girls? Like, what do they do? I'm citing the last time I hung out with my sister in public. Yes, we had a great time. But yeah, so with this listen to signals, I feel like you might be getting some intuitive messages this weekend as well. Like maybe you're gonna have like a dream of some kind. I just feel like your spirit guide team's gonna be sending you some messages during this time as well. And then remember the goal. Yeah, so maybe if you're working towards something, maybe you are trying to work on something. Maybe you're trying to figure out, like, okay, what do I want to work on? Maybe I want to create a new look for myself. Maybe I am just trying to be a little less depressed or mindful. Or maybe you're working on your spiritual gifts. This weekend would be a great time to work on your spiritual gifts. I haven't checked on the astrology stuff. I usually don't keep up with it, but I should. But yeah, as also part of like the lunar cycle as well. If you're paying attention to the lunar cycle, that can also impact your ability to manifest, what's going on with your mental health, anything else. And then you also got you're doing a great job avoiding this issue. So maybe there's something that you should be journaling about as well, or talking to someone about. I feel like sometimes you don't want to acknowledge when you need to let something go, or you just gotta let it out. I don't know. Maybe try like Bumble BFF or something, because like I feel like you need like a bestie, or you need like a girl that's like you can just talk to about spirituality or like some of this dream stuff, because I feel like you're going through a bit of a transformation right now, and it's just gonna be a lot. And then do some chores. Which, oh yeah, by the way, guys, for those of you that are listening, I do have a Mind Over Mania Discord. So if any of you guys have Discord, you can join it. Basically, that is the other place I'm going to have people hang out with as part of the community. There's Discord, and then I do have a Facebook group as well. Yeah. So, just being able to talk with each other. Witch Talk is also great as well if you're looking to connect with people online, but you need like also like someone that you can just like invite over to your house, I love you too much to let this go. Don't go. Yeah. There's like a bit of a like back and forth energy as well, so maybe that's going to also show up this weekend as well. There's kind of like a, oh, I want to go out, but no, don't go. I don't know. So there's some reluctant energy here. Anyways, though, cutie cat, that was your reading. Thank you so much for. Yep. Can you guys hear me now? Dude, I've just been having a time with my internet lately. There's been so many storms here in Austin that have been impacting my internet. Nope, you didn't miss your turn, Ari. It's Playboy Bunny right now. Then Love is the Trend, then Ari. Cool Girl, Vernietta, MMC, Dorella, Mr. J, and Taylor. Alright, cool. Awesome. Welcome back, you guys. Playboy Bunny, you are up. Please post your question. Ugh. Oh my gosh, I just want a general love reading, please. Okay, absolutely. Also, for those of you, in case anybody saw, what feedback do y'all have on the latest Pick a Card reading? Has anyone watched it or done it yet? I always like getting feedback on those because I put a lot of time and energy into them, and I don't know, I've just been really feeling called to just bang out a bunch of pre-recorded love readings for people. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's a lot of times where, as much as I enjoy giving individual, Mr. J, you've got quite a few people, so I'll probably come back in like a half hour. So you have some time to dance. Which I love that you're doing that, by the way. It's just like, oh, hey, pause, everybody. I gotta go jam out. I love that energy for you. But yeah, I don't know. There's like a lot of like messages that like, it's like people are going through similar things. And I don't know, like, I also feel like I can give unique messages too. I mean, there's like, I'm always like big when it comes to when you're choosing the right reader for you. I usually tend to like select my readers based off of their particular energy and their skill set. So it's like, for example, certain types of love readings, I'll be like, okay, I will get a reading from A, B, and C, right? And then for other people, I'm like, oh, definitely a career reading from that person, you know? It also depends on the recording as well. Okay. Anyways, Playboy Bunny, let's go with general love reading. Oh my gosh, you're going through so much heartbreak right now. Did you cry recently? Oh my god. I'm like, girl, no. Sending you love, okay? Big hugs from, big loving hugs for Playboy Bunny, okay? I don't know why. I'm like, I can't even talk in your reading. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Are you having a hard time talking about it with people? Like, yeah, okay, so like the first card you got is do it, but don't do it that way. So maybe you've been like really hard on yourself about either your dating life or the like way you're trying to find partners or the way you're approaching something, but they're just, your spirit guides are saying like it's okay to like want to go back out there, but like don't go for these kinds of people, or don't like hate yourself, you know, whenever things aren't working out. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you start loving and valuing yourself more, you're not going to show up the same. And I feel like you're kind of like self-defeating a little bit. Your gut says no. Yeah, so like for example, your spirit guide team is saying like, hey, you know, like you're not always listening to your body when it says no to a certain type of energy or a certain type of person. And so that's why it's hard, because you're still it's kind of like digging through the trash for gold. You know, it's already been picked over, and you just gotta let your mind and anxieties get out of the way so that way you can actually see what's good for you. Because I think you're just very scared about being alone. It says, do what feels right. So right now, in order to manifest your next love interest, doing what you feel is right for you is going to be what's most important. So taking care of yourself, you know, taking a healing bath, or exercising, or I don't know, maybe cutting yourself away from social media for a little bit. Like whatever it is you need to do what feels right for you for your healing process. Because there's no sense in trying to show up trying to date people when you're already brokenhearted. If you're already in a vulnerable space and your heart's kind of bleeding right now, you shouldn't be putting yourself out there when you're just going to attract hurt people, right? I'm getting this feeling that this will work out okay. Reassure yourself, honey. Yeah, like it's gonna work itself out. You know, like you're not gonna be heartbroken forever. There's not gonna be a forever bad pool of people as you work on yourself. And also, like, your current life circumstances are going to change in a few months. They're going to change in a few days. They're going to change in the future, right? And as long as you are hopeful for that change, it's going to show up in your field. It's going to show up when you're excited to date and when you're not being conditional on yourself. You know, I feel like you set a lot of conditions and limitations on yourself before you even get out there. And that's automatically causing you to have a hard time dating. I just don't feel like people don't see what I have to offer, so I just want to give up, and it makes me feel like, damn, I don't have enough to offer. That's not true at all, okay? You are never going to be enough for somebody that shows up with the least, right? Because you have a lot to offer and you have a bit of a traumatized mindset when it comes to dating right now, due to your past experiences, it's a very skewed place to be in. And that's why your spirit guide team is just saying, hold on, right? Like, let's be really honest here. You know, if these other people are making you feel not good enough and not worthy enough, why is that allowed in your state of mind and state of being right now, right? Like, maybe, for example, you're having a hard time taking care of yourself. So why set yourself up to go into a potential situation where you're going to feel rejected when you're rejecting yourself? You're rejecting your own boundaries. It's kind of like saying, like, hey, listen, like, if I'm not feeling hot tonight, if I'm not feeling sexy tonight, there's no sense in pushing through going out there when it's like, it's not my season right now. Yeah, but it's not just one person, it's like everyone I come across. That's okay. Yeah, social media is not helping. And like, that's another problem too, is like the dating pool right now is not, like, the people that are dating right now are not in the mindset for long term. Okay, a lot of people are stressed out from the economy. A lot of people are not seeking true, genuine connection. There's a lot of people that are not healthy, mindful right now. So it's kind of like fishing, right? You're not going to catch the big catch by casting your net in the same places that you know you don't catch big fish, right? And especially because you have more to offer, it's a lot harder. And, you know, you're also projecting out a negative mindset that is also causing you to attract that. So you want to be very, very careful that right now, understand, as long as you're hurting, your lens is also skewed too. And just don't beat yourself up, right? Like, because that's another thing too, because that's giving other people power over you that you shouldn't be giving them. Listen to their advice. It means something. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, maybe you need a dating coach, or maybe, you know, there's advice from a friend that someone gave to you that you're not taking to heart. You know what I mean? Like, when someone's telling you that you are a good person, especially if it's someone that you respect, then listen to them. Like, they're not lying to you. Like, I ain't lying to you. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, like, we may be strangers, but I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh my gosh, girl. Like, no, you see my lives. You've been showing up for weeks now, okay? You know what I'm about. You know I'm not gonna lie to you. And it's like, you have to just kind of be like, okay, what am I doing that I'm not listening to people that support me, right? Like, there's a reason why you're not listening to that support, and it's because you don't believe it. And you should. You know what I mean? You should. And that goes for all of you out there, too. You know, if your friends are taking time to hype you up and to remind you about how amazing you are, they chose to be your friend. They chose to help you and to stick by your side. So when you don't listen to that energy, that's you rejecting yourself, right? And then keep your mouth shut. Damn, okay. So something about this energy is telling me that, like, I feel like you were taught to just keep your mouth shut and not be authentic. And I think that you're chasing away your true people by playing small. Like, literally, like, this keep your mouth shut. I'm literally, like, feeling like, who, like, this is so disrespectful. Like, who told you to keep your mouth shut? Abusive people, right? People who are abusive don't want powerful women standing in their truth. They don't want people that are able to stand in their own true power. And right now, I feel like you're afraid of triggering people. But honestly, there's a lot of people out there that want women who speak their minds. They just don't talk about it because you only hear about the insecure people on the internet, right? And also, like, say for example, you are very passionate about women's rights. We'll say that. By you speaking that out into the universe, it makes it very abundantly clear who is not for you. Or say, for example, maybe you're very passionate about like childcare and supporting childcare workers, right? If that's something you're really that's important to you, talk about it so people know where you align, right? I'm trying to keep my mouth shut because I've opened up to people in the past. I made fun. Screw those people. Because so here's another thing, and I'm going to say this for also everyone else that's listening to, because I think this is important. All right, if you've opened up to people and they belittled you or treated you like shit, or they said, what's wrong with you? I actually had that happen to me today. That's kind of why I was in a shitty mood, because I was telling someone and being honest about, hey, this is where my money's been going to help take care of myself, and they straight up shamed me for it. And I was like, that says everything about them and their projections on themselves, right? Because if you take the time to be vulnerable, which all human connections require a certain amount of vulnerability, all of that is saying is that that person is immature, they are not healthy, they have not worked on their problems, and they're not an adult. Because healthy adults hold space for other people. Or if, say, for example, like, say you are being vulnerable with me and I'm sitting here like, hey, I'm not feeling this in our connection, I will tell you, hey, I'm not the person, I appreciate you feeling comfortable and safe opening up to me about this, but I'm not the person that you should be going to about this, right? And yeah, and exactly, it makes you want to shut down. But understand that when you want to shut down, this is where you got to make sure you watch your own patterns, so that way you're protecting yourself before you open up to certain kinds of people, right? Like whenever you are getting into a connection with someone, right? You start with small little things. Hey Phantom, hello, welcome back. You start with small little things to test to see, is this a safe person for me to be vulnerable with? So like, don't like go on a date with someone for three times and then start talking about your childhood past, right? Because suddenly you just gave that person a bunch of ammo to use against you. Well, and so, but here's the thing though. Why do you feel the need to keep your mouth shut? Instead, you should be saying, I should be able to stand and speak my truth, and I should not allow people in my circle to speak to me that way. Understand that if someone treats you like shit when you open up, they are disrespectful. They need to understand that they have hurt you, and you need to own your voice. Okay? Stop allowing other people to take your voice away. If it's cool, maybe be added for a reading. Yes, Phantom. Sorry, I'm going on a little empowerment speech. Yeah, but like, here's the thing though. You need to understand that your voice matters. Okay? And understand that you should be able to talk exactly how you need to. And at the end of the day, it's other people's problems if they can't handle your truth, right? Like, for example, I'm very passionate about men's suicide awareness, right? You will hear me talk about that all the time on my channel. I got to this point because I saw so many dudes and other people treating men like shit and treating men's mental health like shit. I reached a point where I said, I'm going to continue to talk about this because I only want people in my circle that understand that I support men's mental health. I support minorities. I support LGBTQ people. I don't want people showing up on my space that don't have those alignments, right? And at the end of the day, it's just kind of like, obviously we don't, like with me having a YouTube channel, that's one thing, right? Like, obviously we don't have to agree on everything. But in my personal life, if one of my lady friends is, you know, joking about treating their boyfriend like shit when he's having a mental health crisis, you get an automatic exit out of my life. And I've come to the point now where I realize that this topic is important for me, that my vulnerability is important for me, even though I've opened up about my issues with suicide and, you know, opened up to people, and I've been fucking hurt really bad. But what I am not doing is I'm not giving power to those motherfuckers who don't respect other people, who don't value the impact of their words and how they hurt other people. Like, I ain't letting those douchebags keep me down, and they shouldn't be doing that to you either. I'm just saying, fuck these people. No, I am so done with allowing abusive people to walk all over myself, my audience, and these people that are amazing and great out there. So, listen, you even if you don't reach this point, you don't have the same feist that I do, I will, you know, give them a firm talking to on your behalf, all right? Because I'm so done with this shit. Like, a lot of abusive people rely on normal, healthy people not speaking up, and we have this lie that it's being polite and whatnot, and it's like, no. I'm reaching this point where it's not about politeness. It's the fact that we have so many narcissists and horrible people hiding behind people's silence, and I'm not doing it anymore. I absolutely will not do it anymore. I will not tolerate watching people bully my audience, watch people bully others. Obviously, I can't go in and, like, it's not my responsibility to save the world, but what I can do is I can talk about my personal experiences and what I've watched people I love go through, and I'm not gonna fucking take it. Excuse me. I think on Twitch I can get dinged for cussing too much, but we're not at that point yet. Oop. Okay, anyways, Playboy Bunny, thank you so much, and, you know, hang in there. Love is the Trend, you're next, then Airy, then Cool Girl, then Vernietta, MMC, Dorella, Mr. J, Taylor, and Phantom. Yeah, Love is the Trend. You are up. I know, but this is why I'm passionate about it, is because, like, you know, I watched, you know, some of my friends get treated horribly when they opened up about shit. And, you know, I used to shut down all the time because I was like, well, I don't want that happening to me. But the reality is not everybody's like that way. And we just need to find safe people that we can share our experiences with, and not everybody's safe. And so trying to make sure that we set boundaries to figure out who is safe and who is not is super, super important for protecting ourselves. And understanding that, you know, the world is a scary, ugly place, but not everybody is that way. You just gotta find the right ones. And you will eventually, if you're determined. Or you bitch loud enough like me. Hi, Anissa. Hello. Alright, how is Jonathan feeling towards me? Will he reach out this weekend? I'm feeling, No, I'm just not feeling it from him. I feel like he's also tired from work. What does he do for work? Do you know? He's just kind of like, this man's pooped. He's like, it's Wednesday, my dude, and I'm not having it. Well, it's Thursday now, but he's just like, maybe something happened to him on Wednesday. He's just tired. That's another reason why I don't think you're gonna hear from him. He's just tired. I'm doing okay, Anissa. I started this live stream depressed. I'm feeling a little fiery right now. I'm getting it back. Y'all are helping me improve my mood. Okay, what are you feeding your soul and mind about this situation? Yeah, so your spirit guide team's saying, like, hey, you know, when it comes to this connection with him, what are you feeding your soul and mind? How is this benefiting you? Pick up the pace. I feel like he's kind of picking up on your energy about you wanting him to kind of come in to your life a little bit more, and I think he's an avoidant attachment style, so I feel like he's pulling away. So it's like the more you're trying to get his attention energetically, the more he's kind of pulling back. So just kind of watch what you're putting out into the universe. Are you a Sag or Scorpio? I am a Scorpio. 50% of my chart is Scorpio. Both my sun and my moon are Scorpio, and then my rising is Taurus. So yeah. I also have a Venus in Scorpio as well. So you know what I'm putting down right away. Alright, we've got the Queen of Wands. Yeah, sorry, there's just something with this Jonathan guy. Hello, lovely new subscriber. Welcome, Victoria. Welcome. It's first come, first serve. So I can get you on the list. I'm in the middle of a reading right now, but I will get to you soon. Okay. Yeah, Queen of Wands. I feel like, you know, you're in this energy of like he needs to be taking action. He needs to be taking action, and right now he's just not. He's not doing that, right? And so like your spirit guide team's trying to remind you of like your power, right? You know, you want to make sure that you are reclaiming that while you are able to sit in this energy. Like don't be miserable about this. Like make sure that you're like checking in with yourself and be like, all right, how much energy am I putting into this dynamic with them, and how much is it actually benefiting me right now? Am I able to ask a question? Yes, absolutely. I just won't be able to get to you because there's a list of about 8 other people. So it may be a hot minute, but I will get you on there. We've got the King of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this person's a little emotionally manipulative right now, and so I feel like when you're hanging on to his energy or his words, I feel like it's just disempowering on your part. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse, yeah, I'm seeing like there's just a lack of emotional fulfillment, and then also it's just kind of like an unsteady relationship right now. So yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of like you needing to really step into your divine feminine power and just stop focusing on his situation and focus more so on yourself, and how are you rejecting yourself by putting this much energy into this person. Yeah, because like this King of Cups energy, it's almost like it's cute because you've got the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands, right? And they would be a power couple. However, right now the energy is imbalanced, and I feel like you're continuing to push yourself into a situation that it's causing the situation to get worse than where it should be. And so that's why it's like, you know, like feeding your mind positivity and really focusing on like being within your energy. You're letting go of your own messages and your self-worth by pursuing this guy the way that you're going about it. Yeah, we've got Eight of Pentacles. You know, work hard. You're going to need to work hard on yourself and create better boundaries around this connection so that way you feel more empowered. I'm going by day, but I have no management. But that's because you're focusing on it day by day. Like that's exactly what the issue is like you're asking about him a lot. You're putting so much energy into it, and like that work is not the work you should be putting in. Like you should be focusing on your wealth, your mind, your body, your mind, your spirit. Because men in general, they are more attracted to someone that's not like as intentionally focused on them, right? If you kind of notice, and this isn't just men, but women as well. Like if you notice someone that is not desperately attached and clinging to you, you are much more likely to be successful with them. And here's the thing is like I don't feel like you're desperate, but the energy of continually expecting or wanting to pull him in is desperation in its own right. And I'm gonna call you out on that because you deserve better. Yeah, Five of Wands. It's like you've got this inner battle and it's manifesting externally, right? Because you are losing time to asking and trying to figure out a situation instead of just going with the flow. The going with the flow is where your mind should be at. We've got the Hierophant in reverse, so I'm seeing a lot of like you're trying to retract. You were trying to be traditional and non-traditional at the same time too, and I think that's also impacting this dynamic because you want a non-traditional man, but you want traditional values at the same time. And I feel like there's some kind of like a dynamic where it's like he's not meeting your standards because these standards are also a little inconsistent with your truth as well. So maybe take some time to really evaluate what your expectations and dynamics are with men, and then what kind of a non-traditional man you want. Because I feel like your ideals are kind of going back and forth between two very different ideals. And then that's also putting him in a rut where he doesn't know how to show up either. So just be careful with what you're manifesting and where your mind is at. Because I think when you kind of get a little bit more like, okay, how am I using this situation to self-abandon? And then it's going to become a lot more clear what kind of a guy you are attracted to. And again, I still think of like that King of Wands and that Queen of Wands, right? He's the emotional softie and you are the fiery powerhouse. But if you are burning a little bit too bright, he's not going to feel emotionally safe. I think I'm just going to give up. I think just don't go to extremes. I think just don't abandon your energy and just focus on yourself, because then you don't have to give up or you don't have to focus on anything. You just work on yourself and you do it without any connection to him. That's self-empowerment. Yeah, and you got the World in reverse too. So watch also the social media you're consuming too. Your spirit guides are saying like, hey, your negative mindset towards dating is also being impacted by what you're seeing outside of you. And that's where creating a stronger foundation of worthiness inside is going to help you. So that way you kind of don't care what he does. Like get yourself to be so empowered that you don't care. And watch your mindset too. Don't cut yourself down. Don't cut other people down. Just be like, hey, don't hang, like never get yourself to a point where you're hanging on every single word your love interest says. That's just disempowering yourself. Just don't get in that energy, girl. I believe in you. Okay, Ari, you are up next. Thank you so much for being patient. Thanks for everybody being patient. We've got Aerie, then Cool Girl, then Vernietta, then MMC, Dorella, Mr. J, Taylor, then Phantom, and then Victoria. So yeah, Victoria, it's probably going to be about 20 minutes to a half hour before you're reading. Yeah, I agree with you with not finding November Sagittariuses. It's a little sad. I'm like, I don't know where they all go. Do me and Zach have potential to just have something more than just casual? If not, why do I feel hopeful when it comes to this guy? I already answered that question for you yesterday, right? Or not yesterday, Tuesday. I was gonna say, you do have soulmate potential. A lot of it is just he's not ready. That's what I'm... No, that's not the guy you were asking about on Thursday? Because I thought he was a Taurus. Or sorry, not yesterday. Tuesday. Time does not exist. Yeah. I'm only just saying because, like, this trend of a bunch of y'all, you're asking about the same people every single live stream, and I'm saying this with love, that the more energy you put into this, it's keeping you in a churn and it's spinning. So Ari, I'm not calling you out. I'm saying for all the other people too as well, like, understand your worth and value. That, like, I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys information and trying to heal that wound, right? Because it's like, you shouldn't be always like, okay, when's it gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? When you do that, you get unstable, and I want y'all to put your crown on and understand that it's like, what's meant for you will be there for you and will show up consistently, right? How can I stop expecting so much and worrying about my connection with Zach? Like, I forgot to ask about him. Like, I forgot to ask about... Yeah, exactly, right? So I'm going to use you, Ari, as an example because I'm really proud of you. And I want you to be able to... I'm going to use you as the example, okay? But we'll go into the cards and then I'll talk as I go, because I feel like there's like a couple different conflicting energies with your particular situation than the rant I was going to go on. So for your particular situation, this card is coming up a bunch tonight. So we've got Fear is Dead and I Am on Top of the World. Okay, this is what you guys got to embody at such a deep level, where we are right now deeply afraid of being rejected. We are deeply afraid of being alone. We are deeply afraid of us not being good enough for a relationship, right? And a lot of times it comes rooted from our childhood past. Maybe it comes from societal pressures. Maybe it comes from XYZ bad thing that happened to us. Whatever it is, we need to be so confident. And you know what? I'm going to tell you guys a little background about this card, because I think it's an important story to tell you. So, I was writing a novel a couple years ago. And the main character is basically, it's from the perspective of a male rock star. And essentially, he becomes a frontman because he wants to change the world. And he is utterly terrified of singing in front of people. And he hates the idea of having to be a frontman because he used to be the band's drummer. But he said, damn it, I want to save the world. And I need to become famous, and I need to be strong and empowered in myself in order to do what I need to do. So there's a quote in the book, and that's what this quote is. Fear is dead, and I am on top of the world. When this quote happened, the rock star did a performance where everything that was supposed to go right went wrong. And he was literally on stage singing his little heart out, and a mistake happens where they were supposed to do a trick where the drummer tosses a drumstick and the lead singer catches it, right? And essentially the drummer is drunk and he chucks the drumstick at him, and somehow he manages to catch it without even noticing it, and it turns into the coolest trick that people see on stage, right? And so after he succeeds unexpectedly on stage, he's suddenly like, I am that rock star. I am suddenly not afraid. I am a dragon. I have a voice. I have power. And I'm standing in myself. And now I am no longer afraid anymore. And that was his turning point, right? And this is the turning point that a bunch of y'all need to get to with your dating relationships. Because ultimately, this isn't just tied to your dating relationship. This isn't just tied to your spouse. And a lot of it has to do with social conditioning that we are so dependent on people external to us that we lose this power. We lose the fact that we are the lead singer in our own band, in our own story. And we need to get to that point, because especially if you are a powerful person, like I know you are, Ari. Like Ari, like I said, I remember when I saw you follow me on YouTube, because I remembered the notification and I was like, something about you stood out. And then when I did your first reading, I was like, this girl's a powerhouse. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing dating people that are not at that same level? And a lot of it's because you haven't reached this lesson yet. You have not killed your own fear. You have not been to a point where you're like, listen, I am unique and I gotta own that. And here's the problem, and especially for a lot of y'all that are listening too, because it's kind of come up as a theme for the reading for tonight. If you have individual power, if you are a good person, if you are actively putting energy and time into developing yourself, you stand out. A majority of people right now are not putting the work in to make themselves better. They want the quick and easy relationship. They want the traditional relationship. They want the blah, 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 blah. If you stand out and you are a unique person, if you are strong and you're striving for something different, you are not going to fit in with a majority of the people out there. And I'm not telling you to give up on dating, but what I am telling you is that people with higher standards are not looking just everywhere anymore. You have to set yourself apart and you have to stand out so the other masculine person, your counterpart, can see you. If you hide behind a mask of being not good enough, that dude isn't going to see you, because he doesn't want that. He wants that girl that's going to challenge him. He wants the girl that's going to show up and be his number one fan, because he doesn't accept that from himself. And he needs that reflected in his partner, because the partners that you guys want and deserve are men that take care of themselves. They don't use women. They're like, I'm fine on my own. I want a woman because I love women, right? But when you are making yourself small, you are sending a signal to every one of those motherfuckers who can use you because you don't value yourself. All right, next card, become more exclusive. This is for you, Ari. Become more exclusive with your time and energy. Understanding that you got something that not everybody has, so not everybody should have access to it. That is not being pretentious, that is not being rude, that is simply allocating your time and energy appropriately. Because men who want you will value your time. Like, this is the reason why I'm not dating women right now. Like, I'm you know, kind of browsing. But the reason why I don't, as a masculine woman, is because I know that if I go out there and I find the woman of my dreams, it is the most embarrassing effing thing if I can't go and find that woman and say, hey, I want to sit you down and I want to take you on a date right now. I want to have my money lined up so that woman is not sitting there thinking to herself, oh, well, she doesn't have her shit together, she's not that serious. No. And men who are serious about you and men who are serious about dating women, they will not show up unprepared. A lot of times, and I'm saying this from witnessing it on social media, men will not show up unless he's confident that he's going to get a yes. And so he's going to be on his game and he's not going to let you slip away if he knows you're the one. And especially if you've got those standards, then you're going to attract men with those standards, which is what you deserve. And guess what? Those men are hard to find. They are not in the spaces you're looking. And so you got to go out of your comfort zone to accept the fact that you are that bitch. Own it. Stop playing small. Stop saying what you feel like you need to say. Own it. Because that's who you are. And men find that attractive as hell. And you're going to also scare away all the posers. Because women that are confident like that confidence is so sexy to the right kind of guys, right? Like, women who are super confident, being able to stand up to other dudes on their shit, like, successful men like that because they don't want a doormat woman. They want a woman that's going to support his empire too, right? It's just, you know what I mean? And like, you're not a doormat, Ari, but I'm just saying this for the rant because this is tied into just this energy I'm feeling in this chat right now. You know, let it go. Let go of these fears. Let go of what's holding you back and just go kick ass. Go kick ass. Like, there's so many dudes out there that love seeing women kick ass every single day. I'm saying this having worked at a whiskey and cigar bar. Like, they think it's the most amazing thing. And like, even if they're not ready to date you or they don't feel like they're capable of dating you, why should that stop you? Right? My type is black hair and blue eyes, and he has blonde hair and blue eyes, but he's still fine. It's like, no, I get it. I get it. It's like, I'm an Aries, but I feel like my Virgo rising can trick some of my Aries traits. Yeah, no, I get that. I've gotten many email reads before saying that my person will have blonde hair and this guy has blonde hair, so yeah, but there's lots of blonde hair. Yeah, I'd say go with your intuition, you know, and we've got the sun card, right? Anything that brings you, like, so here's another thing, y'all. Here's how you know if your partner or that romantic interest is different and is worth pursuing, is if he brings this sunshine out in you. And I'm saying this as someone with personal experience, that when I finally met someone that did this to me, your world will be on its head. This man should be able to bring this light out in you with minimal effort. If that energy's not coming out, don't settle for it. Just right off the bat. And like, you'll know who that person is too. We've got the King of Pentacles. Yeah, you know, focus on that stability. Let it take some time, right? If he's your long-term partner, then let the time do the talking. Words don't mean shit. Let the time and the value and the energy to flow, right? And then we've got the Six of Swords in reverse too. Yeah, so specifically with you, Ari, make sure you're releasing resistance for control, because I feel like you're going to slip up by self-sabotaging, trying to control this relationship. So slow down. And I'm saying this as, I have a bunch of Aries friends, so I know what y'all do. But like, really try to take a step back and take a seat and be like, okay, if he's my man, then prove it. Like, I literally want you, so like, I don't know if you've seen like Game of Thrones or something like that, but I literally want you to picture yourself being that queen at the joust, being like, okay, he's one of the contendants, right? If he is the most powerful knight like he says he is, then he's going to prove it. If he's my man, he's going to prove it. He's going to show up and he's going to walk and he's going to talk and he's going to do what he needs to do. Have that queen energy where I don't have to control him. I don't have to baby him. I don't have to belittle him. I don't have to have expectations. I just know that he knows I'm a queen. So he knows how he's going to show up. And he's going to rise and he's going to do whatever he needs to do to prove it. And if he doesn't, then he's just not your person. And you don't have to control a single thing. You just got to sit there. Because he's already selected you out of a bunch of women. And that also makes a man that is serious stand out. Because he's going to be selective. And he's going to put that effort in. Because he's done the work to be able to look around and be like, all right, I know what I like, I know what I don't like. Okay, that one's worth working towards. He's 6 years older than me. I'm 20. Girl, you're only 20. You've got plenty of time. Aries and Taurus aren't known for being compatible, but I feel like all zodiac sign matches can work under situation. Yeah, I think so. I think just don't get in your head about it. Like I said, have so much confidence in your sexuality and your energy and your ability to bring things forward that it will cause him to rise up naturally. If you gotta put too much effort in, nope, don't put that energy in. Trust that a man that's worthy of you, he's gonna show you. And I'm also speaking as a masculine female, right? Think of the analogy I just gave, where I will not show up to go date women because I value her time, I value her energy, and I want to be successful. Which, if I'm going to do that, I got to show up right. I'm not going to show up dressing like a bum. I'm not going to show up and mess with her head. You know what I mean? We'll keep things casual, but I know how I want to approach women, right? So if I'm not doing that, that means I'm not ready and I'm not serious. Okay? Trust that energy. He texts me a lot. I like that, but I also sometimes start the conversation. That's okay. Yeah, he needs also that reassurance back and forth, you know? I say just trust. Let it roll. Like I said, he has potential soulmate energy, so don't get in your head about it. Let it flow. Just relax. And another thing, too, something that is some feedback for women as well that I've noticed, both within my experiences and having seen how men have reacted to my energy as a very outspoken you know, having done things in the past, made mistakes in the past, men are way more receptive when you just kind of sit back and just let them be the man and just just sit in your feminine, right? And not do it for as a performance, just being yourself. That will get him to really want to hone in. It's kind of amazing. I thought I was bisexual at one point, but I realized that I'm not really sexually attracted to women. I think some girls are pretty, but I'm more sexually attracted to men. That's fair. That's fair. Hi Jay. No, you didn't miss anything. It's still a hot minute. Sorry, I was going on a tangent with Ari, but that message was for a bunch of y'all listening too. Because I think it applies, right? And especially if you're like a fiery type person, or if you've got a lot of energy, or maybe you're a leader. There's a lot of these non-traditional feminine archetypes that I work with that a lot of it's just y'all's dating pool. Like, you're trying to date people that are not at the same level as you, and you're misconstruing signs and signals and not owning your power because you're used to being pushed down. Because guess what? People that don't want to put effort into relationships, they want easy people. So yeah, they're going to shame you for wanting more because they're not like you and they're jealous of that. I feel like he has potential to be a great partner. He was in love and got hurt at some point. I feel like he can love again for sure. Yeah. Just don't put pressure on him. Okay, cool girl, you are up. Then Vernietta, then MMC. Then Dorella, Mr. J, Taylor, Phantom, then Victoria. Okay, cool girl. You were up. It's okay, I'm probably gonna dance a bit longer. We'll be back. Okay, have fun dancing, Jay! What are you dancing to? What kind of dance do you do? Are you just kind of like shaking your booty? Are you like kind of like, you know, get a little sexy over there? You're welcome, Ari. I believe in you. Don't get in your head about it. Don't chase. Just sit. Just be a princess, okay? Let him treat you like a princess. General reading, please. Okay. I don't know. I hope you guys benefit from my rants sometimes, because it's like, just, like, this is the only platform I can really just kind of go and have like contextual like energy with it. You know, I'm like, y'all are just, you deserve the best, okay? You guys just deserve the best. Okay, general reading for Cool Girl. I gotta like cool off. Also, there's some thunder going on in the back, so hopefully the internet doesn't go out again. Okay. Oof. I'm doing all types of moves, but mostly sensual and sexy dances. I'm feeling a really good... Ooh, yeah! Yeah, what music? Who you listening to? Who you dancing to? Dude, I love that. I love that vibe you're bringing. We can all dance with Mr. J. Okay? Get it out there. I'm just like sitting here like, let's just bust out the Daddy Yankee and just start dancing with Mr. J. You know? Okay. Alright, cool girl. So you got look at your resources. Courage is needed. Stop listening to bad advice. And then have stronger communication now. So, I don't know. I feel like, do you talk to your spirit guides at all? I'm just kind of feeling an energy where they're kind of like, I feel like they're trying to tell you some stuff, but you're like listening to the wrong messages over and over again. Maybe you're like watching some pick a card readings from people that it's like you're not fully receiving the message that you need to hear, or you're getting messages that are kind of causing you to like, so say for example, like you're watching like a romance reading and you're like thinking it applies to you when it's not necessarily beneficial to you, or it doesn't apply, but you're not like knowing the difference. They're kind of telling you to kind of be like, so for like this look at your resources, they're kind of trying to say, be smart with your money right now, be determined, and also kind of just like really like look at what's going on in your life around you. So like, for example, you're like, okay, so I want to lose weight. We'll just use this scenario, right? I'm not saying you're doing this right now, but it's like, say I want to lose 10 pounds. So what I need to do is, in order to lose 10 pounds, one, I got to look at my body, right? Like, how out of shape am I? Am I in shape right now, or have I been kind of slacking? Have I not been taking care of myself? What kind of foods am I eating? Am I stressed out? Am I drinking enough water? Is it, maybe I'm weighing a little bit more because it's that time of the month and my body has a little bit more water weight to me, right? You have to go through like the systematic of looking at everything first and then being like, okay, now I'm going to make a decision that after evaluating all that, I determined that I'm not getting enough sleep and I need to just adjust my diet a little bit more because I am working out at the same level, or I just don't have the time and energy to put in more energy to working out than I have. So yeah. So essentially your spirit guide team is like saying, take that example and look at the other areas of your life right now, because you could be living a much better beneficial lifestyle right now for you, and you have access to those resources and you have the tools to get there. You just need to come up with a plan and sort of go like, okay, I chose to spend my weekend watching TV when I should have been out there networking with some people. Or maybe I could have, or like I have a little bit extra time right now. I want to go and invest in my appearance or something like that. Maybe I want to look up some makeup tutorials because eventually one of my goals is to make TikToks about my makeup. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of things like that. Like, they're just saying like, hey, use your time wisely, use your finances well, making sure that you are not listening to bad advice too. I don't know, do you have like a friend that you go to and ask questions to that like really doesn't make good life choices? Yeah. There's just something about like, just watch who you're accepting advice from, because just because someone's telling you something to make you feel better does not mean they're giving you good advice. And also just like having courage right now, be brave in yourself, have that fire and passion and confidence that like you will get to the next step of what you're going to, right? You are going to get over that guy eventually. You are going to get over this one situation. You are going to have motivation eventually. I don't have friends. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's another thing is like you need to take a step back and go like, okay, what is causing me to not have friends right now? Where can I go find them? Or what lifestyle do I want to have? And then I'm going to attract people that naturally are attracted to me, right? Be right back. Okay. You've got the Fool. Yeah, right now just kind of be like in this state of just like, I feel like you feel like you're a little foolish right now, or maybe you're just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like you're just kind of like, I don't know. You're at the beginnings of something new, and your spirit guide team is just saying like, create something new. Go be a little silly. Go like, don't be a jerk, or maybe be a little bit of a jerk to somebody. I don't know. Like, where's that energy coming from? I don't endorse being mean to people, but there's like something kind of like, I feel like your definition of being a jerk is not actually being a jerk, if that makes sense. Or at least from where I'm from. Because I'm sitting here like, girl, doing this behavior, if that's what turns your friends away, then they're not really your friends, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Like, don't settle for this wishy-washy stuff. None of that ish. And with the Fool card, it's kind of like allowing yourself to kind of just be free with the journey and being like, I don't care what other people think who I am, what I look like. I'm just gonna go have fun. You know what I mean? It's kind of like taking that risk to go out to the bar with your friends and be like, you know what? I am gonna walk up to that something about like expensive. I am gonna walk up to that stranger that's really attractive. You know what? I'm gonna ask him out. And even if I look a little dumb, I had the balls to do it. Because you know what? I'm here to have fun. And if, you know what? The worst thing that happens is he says no. Okay. Whatever. I'm here to have a good time. And then I can just make a joke and say, yeah, I was drinking. Even if you were sober. Right? Like, go be a little more, like, loose with it. Have fun. The Five of Cups. Yeah, so the Five of Cups is all about, like, not like crying over spilled milk, but it's kind of like, you've got, like, your spilt cups over here, and then you've got the other ones, here, but you're feeling morose. They're just trying to say that you have more options, especially, like, I'm just feeling like using your time well. Like, you could be using this time to develop yourself. And it's okay if you're feeling down, but, like, try to make sure that you count your blessings as well and, understand that things can go good for you. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. So, things are moving in your favor. Right now you have a lot of good luck coming your way and you have a lot of opportunity, so use your time well. And don't get into a negative mindset about it. especially about yourself, because that also holds you back. Okay. Okay, cool, girl. That was your reading. Next is Vernietta, then MMC, and then Dorella. Then Mr. J, Taylor, Phantom, and Victoria. So Vernietta, you are up. Yeah. You know, it's okay to not have friends, but also, like, don't be friendless for too long, because that's also just not safe. Okay? I'm just saying, as someone that, you know, I isolated myself when I was going through things, or I was going through that phase, and it's really not good in the long term to do that. So just don't isolate, okay? Be safe. Alright. Vado Slow, the song. Some Sabrina Claudio. Then some Her. Okay. Oh, okay. Alright, Vernietta, you are up. Also MMC and Dorella. If any of y'all are listening right now, please hop in the chat. Show me you're around. In the meantime, I'm gonna do a thing, and I'm gonna play some of Mr. J's music while I'm waiting for y'all to show up. Alright, here we go. Get the best. I know that you ain't got much left, but I say fuck it, I'll do some construction and work with it. Give me the rest. Girl, you need it. All right, there we go. I'll pay my part and I'll wait for you. Yeah. All right, Vernietta, MMC, and Dorella, please show up and post something in the chat if you're ready for your reading. Otherwise, it's Mr. J, then Taylor, Phantom, and Victoria. Dorella, you're here? Okay. Alright, thank you for being patient, Dorella. Vernietta, MMC, please show me that you are currently here for your reading. Otherwise, I'm gonna move on. Yay, music, right? I'm like sitting here just like, this is sexy. Mr. J is over here just like hanging out, like, I love it. Alright, that's what we need more on this channel. We need more like dancing, right? I love how I turned off my phone, right as it said, turn off your phone. Okay, Dorella, I'm gonna go ahead and get your reading, so please post your question. And then Vernietta or MMC, I'll put you to the end of the list in case you're late. But yeah, same with like Amanda K, if you're out there too. But Dorella, please post your question, and then after that it will be Mr. J, then Taylor, Phantom, then Victoria. When do you see Tony L calling me? I don't think it's gonna be soon. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I feel like Tony... Girl! Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have a hard time keeping my mouth shut, because this guy does not treat you right. No, no, no. Mm-mm. Alright, well, you are new here, right, Dorella? Because, I'm gonna tell you right now, me as a reader, I'm gonna be keeping it real with you, and I'm gonna be telling you if there's something going on with this connection that's just not not having it. Oof. Yeah, no. There's something about this guy's energy that makes me angry. Okay. I'm gonna step out of my own energy and tap into what's going on here with Tony. So, ooh, we've got lust. We've got medicating. We've got surrender. We've got doubt. And we've got come together. Yeah, so I don't know what's been going on with you and this person. I feel like you guys have had an on and off again relationship. I'm seeing this medicating, and I feel like, so medicating and lust, I feel like this, Tony goes through a cycle between lusting after women and then self-medicating. And he goes through this cycle. I do feel like he struggles with alcohol a bit, or he has some kind of an addiction pattern, and I think that is hindering your relationship and why he's inconsistent with you. Which is obviously not your responsibility, but I am sensing some codependency on your side. So please, 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 please get yourself out of these situations with these guys, because I feel like you're juggling between Tony and someone else in your life, and both of these people do not respect you and do not treat you well. We've got surrender here, where you're trying to, like, surrender to the situation when you're supposed to be fighting back. You're supposed to be saying no to this sort of behavior, and not allowing yourself to get treated this way. We've got doubt here, where you're like, oh, well, you're like, you're kind of a little disillusioned in this dynamic, I'm not gonna lie. So you have a lot of self-doubt in general, and then with this connection, you're kind of like, you're like waiting for that phone call, right? Because you're like, oh, I'm doubting to see if he cares about me. And it's like, well, yeah, because he doesn't. Because he's addicted to a substance. He's not able to show up and have a loving connection with you. And this whole come togetherness, like, I feel like you do a lot of manifestations towards trying to find a relationship, but you keep choosing codependent partners, and you can never come together fully with a person, no matter what your soul contract is, no matter what spiritual background you have. You can't come together with someone who's struggling with an active addiction, okay? And I'm saying this with love to you, because I know you care, and I know you want to heal them, and I know you want to heal everybody, but, like, this doubt, like, you doubt your ability to find better. You're doubting your truth. You're doubting what love is about. You know what I mean? Like, you should not be seeking out partners that don't show up for you. It's like you're in this toxic, energetic cycle of rescuer, and I want this love story, and blah, blah. And it's like, it's not a love story. It's codependency. Okay? Like, and I don't know if you've had readers that tell you a lot of BS or something like that, but I'm really feeling like you need to have a wake-up call with the type of like, people you romanticize. Because someone that's not answering your phone calls after you've just opened up to them and stringing you along, like, nobody should be putting up with that behavior. Nobody. That's not love, okay? That's not a fairy tale. He's not going to wake up one day and get better because you didn't love him enough, you didn't try hard enough. No. Okay? No. You deserve better than that. You need to tell yourself you deserve better. Stop doubting your intuition. Stop doubting your words. Stop doubting your worth. Okay? You're a person, right? And right now, you've been financially used. You're the support system for everybody. And it's because you're allowing that. You are choosing that. You are choosing that cycle because it's easier to understand for you than stepping out of it. And that's not true. All right? It's not true. All right, I'm going to get into the tarot cards. All right, this is supposed to... So we've got 7 of Cups in reverse. You feel like you don't have options, and it's because you are limiting yourself to not having options. You are choosing to close yourself off from healthier. You don't have boundaries when it comes to these people because you're taking a helper mindset when you are not helping them. You are enabling them. You are enabling toxic behavior by showing up and saying yes to this poor, undisciplined behavior, okay? And it's not even just undisciplined. It's like if you are dealing with an addict, supporting people in their addictions is not being a helper, but you're labeling that behavior as that way, okay? I really recommend you do some research into learning about codependency and codependent relationships, because this pattern needs to stop if you want commitment, if you want a healthy relationship. And I feel like you've been in the cycle for so long that you don't know the difference anymore. You don't know what your boundaries are. You don't value yourself anymore because your identity has merged so much with codependency. Page of Cups. Yeah. Start taking baby steps towards your emotional capacity and emotional relationship. Yep, you're on the list, Taylor. You should be coming up in... You're in two people, so there's one person before you. And then you got the Tower in reverse. So I feel like you're resisting the wake-up call. I think you're afraid to face the damage that people have done to you in the past. I think you're afraid of facing the codependency aspects of yourself because of the trauma you've faced. And I think you need to learn that you deserve better. And I think you need a wake-up call because this isn't okay. And people that love and care about you don't want to see you in this pattern. Yeah, Tony's he's a deadbeat. And you know it. And I don't want to support you in a relationship dynamic that is not supporting you. And you're also not supporting him with this behavior. Okay? He's codependent. And you need to tell him, if you actually do care about Tony, tell him to get some help. And support him in ways that don't enable him. Okay? That was your reading, Dorella. I'm sorry, I had to get real with you. I have to be very firm with that sort of stuff because that's not something I want to endorse here. You know, understand that you can't pull, like, love is not enough to pull someone out of an addiction. There are so many layers to addiction frequency and energy, and when you are desperate to try to connect with someone that is just simply not capable, you're hurting yourself and you're hurting that person. Okay? Yeah. Here, let me pull a positive card to end that on a more positive message. You know, what is something that Dorella can do to help support her with this situation? Yeah. How does it change the situation? How does him contacting and reaching out and connecting with you change your situation right now? Is he really making you feel more loved? Really ask yourself that, because you deserve all the love in the world, and using like people that are toxic to you to escape your world is not helping you. You have people that can come help you. You have opportunities. You have had it in the past. You can get it back when you start disciplining yourself to say no thank you to bad behavior. You can do it, Doreen. I believe in you. It's okay that you're in the situation that you're at, but or Dorella. I don't know why I want to call you Doreen. Maybe Doreen Virtue might be someone to check out. She's a spiritual teacher that's out there. But yeah, you deserve better, and you can do it. Okay, sending you a lot of love. Okay, Mr. J, you are up. Then Taylor, Phantom, Victoria, and then Vernietta, MMC, and Amanda. If you guys are floating out there, poke your head in. But Mr. J, you are up. I don't know if you still dancing. Yeah, how do you want to get there? Release fear now. Okay, because if Mr. J is still dancing right now, I might do your reading, Taylor. Because Mr. J is here all the time, so I can get to his reading. But what is your question, Taylor? Yeah, thank you guys for being patient. I know it's a long list. I just get, like, a lot of people when these readings start. So. How does Miles feel towards me? Okay. Alright, Spirit. Ooh, not these cards. Ooh. Your Spirit Guide team is very, like, no personal bias from Christian. And I'm like, okay. No personal bias. Girl, your Spirit Guide teams don't play around. I like that. I like that. No. Alright. How does Miles feel towards me? I feel like this is like a really protected connection. Because I'm sitting here just kind of going like, is that your spirit guide team or is that Miles's energy? Okay, some of that is also his energy because I feel like he's very like, can he be outspoken at times? Or like, are you the soft one and then he's outspoken? Because he is very, very stubborn. Wow. Like, there will be no, like... No. I'm scared. No, don't be scared, but I'm definitely like, oh, shit. Like, okay. That's fine. Hi, Queen Bean! Okay, Taylor, so we've got karmic relationship. Oh no. Fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment lessons, letting go. Seduction. Yes, I can add you to the list. Girl talk. And then separation. So are you guys currently in separation right now? I feel like you're like trying to let go of this like relationship. I feel like there was like a little bit of toxicity on his part. But I do want to reconcile. Okay, yeah, you just posted that. I'm more soft than him. Yes, he's stubborn. I'm just like, dude, this is okay. This is why his energy does not like me. He like, first of all, if me and Miles were in the same room, or if Miles overhears this tarot reading, he would tell me off. And that would be really funny. Or I would laugh in his face, and that would just make him angrier. So I think that's where I'm just like, ooh, he don't like me, and he will not like what I tell you. Yeah, because, like, so, for example, I feel like he gets off on the sexual power he has over you, which is why I don't like him, because I'm like, this boy's manipulative, and he's weak, and, he's like, I'm sorry, my masculine. Oh my god, I got a filter, man, because I'm like, literally, like, my inner dude is like, I want to mess with him to make him mad. And I'm like, no, we gotta support Taylor. She wants to reconcile. But I do think there's karma tied to this relationship. So in terms of like feeling like, I feel like you gave him an ego boost. So for example, like you're attractive, right? And you're very confident. And something about like the idea or the audacity of you even dating him, he like got it in his head where now he's like tough shit, or he feels like he can, like, this is the kind of guy, not to stereotype, but this guy, like, he feels he knows how to talk to women, or like literally he is like convinced this is how you talk to women. And I'm like, bro, this is toxic masculinity at its finest. Like, this is like the kind of shit where it's like he thinks by talking really loud and angrily and throwing in a couple fancy words makes him smart and intellectual and unbiased, when really he is so ingrained in his masculine headspace that he does not hold space for women in his life. And I won't lie, he has a lot of support from other people out there that talk really loud and try to sound smart. And that's why I think my energy very much conflicts with this guy. And so, like, that's why I feel like when it comes to you, he thinks he has a right to dominate you. He has a right to dominate women, and he thinks that that's what true domination is. When I'm sitting here like, I just want to be like, boy, join the BDSM community and learn about real domination, right? Like, I'm sorry, like, girl, you wouldn't last 5 minutes with a sub, okay? Like, and it's because he's misconstrued what dominance actually looks like with masculinity that's balanced, and so it's very aggressive. No, a girl never wants to be an ego, but he's very yeah, no, that's why I'm just like, nah, like, how does he feel about me telling him off? Disrespected. He just feels disrespected, because like I said, so so this guy literally is like, he's childish, because he's like taking that as like his ego took a blow, and he takes that as like, it's like kind of like abusive energy, or he's like, oh, this woman's like, you know, emasculating me and blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, you couldn't take a punch from another grown man. Like, I'm sorry, like, bro, like, okay, I'm sorry. Maybe, like I said, I'm like sitting here just like, listen, I know I'm too disrespectful to to interact with this man's energy. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just cowardly. So he's feeling kind of cowardly in the situation right now where he's kind of running away a little bit. He's just kind of like, he doesn't want to face whatever you accused him of. On the table, offer proposal commitment. Yeah, I feel like he's also a little afraid of commitment. I feel like because of his value system, he's like, he wants to offer something to you, but he took it off the table after your conversation because he realized he doesn't have control and he's feeling very emasculated right now. Ooh, that was in reverse. Ugh. I feel like you're ascending and you're growing, and his energy is the opposite. I feel like he's regressing. I don't know if he participates in red pill content or what's going on, but like I feel like he kind of directly impacts your ability to ascend into a better version of yourself. I've never seen this card reversed, and I was immediately like, oh no, oh no. Yeah, because I feel like he's rejecting his own spirituality, and I think that's gonna impact you negatively. I feel like he is gonna reach out to you eventually. I do feel like there is happiness here potentially if he can let go of his ego. But that's gonna be a choice on his part, and like you also gotta like reclaim your happiness as well, because I feel like this kind of stubborn energy will wear a person down over time. And I think that is kind of what he gets off on. I think he likes to wear women down because that's his idea of dominance. And that is toxic. Like when you, like, I can see you being like a spiritual baddie. I'm not gonna lie, where you're literally like, I am so unfazed. That literally, like, you get so unfazed that it pisses this man off because you're not caving in, and you don't even get mad at him, right? Like he's expecting you to fight, and you're gonna get to such a point in your spiritual process that you're gonna be like, okay, all right, let's talk about it. And that will make him even more angry because you have power. Like, so here's this. So I'm going to teach you something if you don't already know it. And we've got racing, running, avoiding. Yeah, he's just avoiding the conversation he needs to have with you. So do you know why wealthy dudes do business meetings at the golf course and why they play golf with each other? It's not because they're boring douches, alright? I mean, yes, kind of. But the whole purpose behind why men do golf with each other is because golf shows a lot of self-control in men, okay? Because, for example, if you are golfing with another man and you are trying to make a business deal with him, you have to see how does he handle losing? How does he handle sportsmanship where he needs to be in control? It's not like football, it's not like other sports, because golf requires a certain skill set, it requires patience, it involves being able to be in a chill environment. And yeah, there's all that toxicity, right? But that is the whole point. This guy, if he showed up to the golf course and he was with the other players, he, in his own ignorance, would show up with these wealthy guys and think like, oh, well, I'm part of the boys club, I have these traditional values. He's going to show up to the golf course. He's going to go golfing with the wealthy guys, think he's one of them, and then he'll start saying something demeaning about women, or he will get frustrated when his swing doesn't go right. Immediately, he loses the deal. All the wealthy dudes kick him out. The reason why is because he does not have self-discipline. And men with no self-discipline and try to pretend that they're traditional they inherently do not understand traditional values. They do not understand the strength it takes to be in control. And it involves a certain amount of courage and a certain amount of being authentic to yourself that people that are just checking boxes don't get, right? And so the fact that with you standing in your spiritual power being like, okay, That doesn't bother me. I'm gonna continue on and do my thing. He gets triggered by that because that takes power to do that. And especially because in traditional, like, dudes that are skewed by traditional values, in an unhealthy traditional value mindset, because I'm not knocking traditional men, I'm knocking and mocking dudes that try to use traditional values to control women, because that's not why those values are there, right? Essentially, because he has the mindset like, well, the woman is weaker, the woman does not have emotional stability and whatnot. If you are showing more emotional maturity than him, that means he is lost. And so he's going to get pissed, right? Yes, how can you be traditional but afraid of commitment and disrespectful? Exactly, right? They are not compatible. Yeah, so I just say run as far as and fast as you can, because I'm like, he ain't shit. And like, what I'm feeling from your vibe, I'm like, you know, you're going through your own transformation, and so you should be striving towards that spiritual level of unbothered that makes all the men upset and makes all the girlies happy, because eventually you're gonna find a man that loves that peace, who's like, I deserve a woman who brings me peace, because she has inner peace, and I have inner peace. Let's go have fun together, right? It's 2 Scorpios, so I feel like we're always trying to be fighting for... Girl, I'm 50% Scorpio in my chart, so I totally get it. You can't have 2 control freaks going at it. It doesn't work. This is the first time I told him off, and I just walked away after. Right? But, yeah, that's kind of what's going on, Taylor. I wish you the best of luck, but honestly, he ain't it. Maybe have him come back in a couple years if he works on himself, but right now he just feels very triggered and insecure, and you're like on a whole different maturity level than him. Okay, anyways, Mr. J, you are up if you have returned from your dancing. Otherwise, we've got Phantom, then Victoria. I'm dealing with a Scorpio. Man, I'm attracting all the Scorpio energy, man. No, we are a handful, but also we know how to navigate some shit. And we also are sexy and fine. So like, we like, listen, all right, never mind. I'm not gonna share that. That's not for the internet. But yes, Scorpios definitely are, it takes a certain type of personality to be able to date a Scorpio. And I'm saying this wholeheartedly with the most respect to other Scorpios. We are a lot, we understand it. But that's also why we work on our shit. And if you have a Scorpio that does not work on their shit, then watch out. Especially Scorpio men. I'm a Cancer. There you go. There you go. I've been noticing a lot of like the readings I randomly pop up on. It's always like Cancer. It's Cancer and Scorpio going through very similar things astrologically right now. I'm not sure why that is. But hey, Phantom, are you here? Are you listening? Because otherwise, Phantom, if you're not here right now, Victoria is up. He might be lurking. Might be doing other things. Gosh, I want a snack right now so bad. Are you guys gonna be mad if I go get a snack real fast while I wait? What is your question, Victoria? Welcome to the shit show, by the way. Like, this is what my live streams are like. It's a combination of like doing readings for people, rants, and then random silliness. Hey, Demon! Hello! Welcome! Doing alright. If you're interested in a reading, I can add you to the list. The list is open right now. I'm doing okay. I'm contemplating grabbing a snack real fast. How was your day? I'm feeling better. Oh, you're back, Mr. J. Okay, let me get Victoria's reading, because she's been really patient, and then I'm gonna do you, Mr. J, and then Phantom whenever you pop up. He's here a lot, so he'll be there. Okay. Alright, let's get to it. Listen, how is your streaming going? It's going pretty good. I've been dancing, which, by the way, Mr. J, I just want to let you know, I was playing one of your songs earlier, and I was just sitting there having a little dance party, being like, yeah! So we danced with you in spirit. I'll be staying for good this time. Okay, I hope you got all your sexy vibes out. Yeah, I think getting a random, like, just go and dance to whatever music makes you feel really hot is such a pick me up. Like, for real. For real. Actually, I'm a university student, wants to pay me a fee. That's why I'm here. I'm also a part time designer. Would you like to see some of my work? Hey, I appreciate that, but right now I am broke as shit, so I can't afford to pay for anybody's stuff. But I appreciate you taking the time. And I do, all of these tarot readings are free, so if you'd like a reading, I can absolutely do them for you. And I can also just look at your work and give you a thumbs up if you'd like. I need to rewind it then, after the reading maybe. Yeah. Okay, anyways, sorry, Victoria. Okay, getting sidetracked here. I wanted to know, is the Scorpio mad because I'm possibly pregnant by him? Oh no! Oh no! I heard he wanted me to get rid of it, like he's not happy about it. I'm definitely confused to how he even knows. I don't know anyone that even knows him. He could sense it. Are you both very spiritual? Because let me tell you, there are some dudes that, like, they know. They know when they got somebody pregnant. And, because, here's the thing, right? There's a lot of these guys that are having spiritual things happen to them that they don't talk about. So, like, for example, he might have a dream about literally seeing you pregnant, and then he's waking up in a cold sweat, like, and he's never gonna tell anybody, right? He's never gonna do it. Or, like, they're all like, no, we don't have, like, spiritual experiences. Girls are full of shit, and all of their woo-woo crystal shit is wrong. And then meanwhile, they're like, bro, I can't stop thinking about it. I think it happened. I can feel it. Like, it happens. Can I get your Discord? I'm not sure about him being spiritual, but I am. Okay. There might be a link. Yeah, oh, my Discord is manlegfin. Yeah, I don't know, man, but, like, listen, sometimes, though, guys, they be sweating. They be sweating. Alright, anyways, I'm gonna shut up now and get you some cards. Alright. How is this Scorpio? Ooh, what is this feeling? It's all down my spine. Ooh, how is this Scorpio feeling about Victoria right now? I don't know. Do you think he did it intentionally? There's something about this guy. I'm like, he's kind of shady. There's something. I don't like the way he looks at you. I feel like, in a bit, currently doing a reading. So after the reading, okay? How is this Scorpio feeling towards Victoria? Ugh, he feels manipulative. I'd say watch out, Victoria. There's something about him that's not quite right. Like, I don't really... Okay, so we got make sure you're eating right. And then wisdom is needed now. Yeah, I think that you're gonna need to really be, like, in your personal power while navigating the situation with this guy. Because there's something about him where something isn't right upstairs. I feel like he can... Does he have, like, some narcissistic tendencies? Like, I feel like... I don't know. I don't think he's gonna treat you well. Alright, so we've got fear here. We've got invading. Oh my gosh, the intensity from this. Dude, I feel like he's just, like, watching and waiting you. Like, he's got fear about his connection with you for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's because you are divine. I feel like he gets intimidated by your spirituality. And he doesn't know how to respond or react to it. You know, I feel like you caught up to his BS, like, too soon in his plan. So I think, like, he was anticipating that you were gonna, like, go along with a bunch of shit. and then he like showed up in a certain kind of way, and you went, oh, nope, done. It was like you missed red flag A, B, but when he got to C, you were like, and so then he suddenly was like, ooh, I didn't know she didn't notice. So cleansing. So I feel like you're going to be needing to go through a cleansing process as you navigate your pregnancy, as well as like cleansing just this energy out of your life. Walking away. Yeah, I feel like he's also walking away as well from this emotionally. I feel like I was about to say he feels rejected, but I was like, no, he doesn't. Yeah, we got the devil in reverse. Yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah, there's like some toxic mindset that's going on. And I feel like he used to use you too. So man. Alright, yeah, we've got the King of Wands and we've got the Queen of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna have to let go of somebody or let go of your attachment to him because this guy's not he's not good for you. Okay, Nettie P, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and throw you on the list, okay? Ooh, yeah, there's just some heaviness because this guy, he's manipulative in a way that is really not productive to your energy. It's like I'm trying to like really like hone in on his energy, and he's like avoiding and dodging, and he's very like detached in his own way. And I feel like he feels around you loss of control, and he really doesn't like that. And so with you being pregnant, I feel like there's like a weird like panic energy with his spirit guide team, or like kind of like his higher self knows. And so his higher self is like, shit. But like on the 3D level, I feel like he's living in ignorance right now. I feel like he's just ignoring the signs and signals. I do believe that he has a relationship with spirituality. I'm not gonna lie, I think he just conceals it. I think he uses his relationship with spirituality to be manipulative rather than productive with it. And so I think that's one of your blind spots, is I think you're a little too trusting with certain energy frequencies because you believe that, oh, he's just ignorant and blah, blah. No. And I think when you were talking about like him joking about getting you pregnant, I think he was manifesting it subconsciously because I think he wanted control. And yeah, I'm hearing like hell nah. Like don't stereotype this guy. Don't basically take his threats seriously and just really like ugh. Yeah, you're gonna have to do some detachment work from the spiritual end. Yeah, I really don't know what to really advise you on this one because your spirit guide team is like, they're like showing me projecting and stuff like that, and I feel like there's like a lot of like projection going on back and forth. And at the same time though, like you're very like protected at this time. I got a very bad energy and I like it. Am I a psycho? Hugo, you're not that bad. I'm sorry. Unless you're getting random, you know what? Nah. We're not even gonna go there. You're not a bad person, Hugo. So if he did it on purpose, why is he now thinking negative about it? That's what I was trying to figure. Well, because it's about control. So, like, the reason why he's upset about it is because you're gonna turn it into a positive situation. You're going to have the kid, you're going to be able to raise it right, and you're going to be able to, like, I don't know, like, he's negative about it because he would do that to trap somebody. And you're not going to be trapped, right? And that's also a piece of him that he's rejected. So I think a lot of it, too, is, like, the whole, like, okay, getting her pregnant and doing that intentionally, a lot of it feels also like immature narcissism, you know what I mean? Where it's kind of like being like, oh yeah, well, blah, 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 this is how I get back at her. But he really desires that connection secretly. And so he hates himself because now he is going to be forever tied to you and responsible. And he's never going to be able to get away from that. And so that's why he's negative about it. That's where the narcissism comes in, is because that's now he's got a new target. Hey, Fad, hello. Hello, hello. Yeah, so just be careful, girl. Like, be really, really cautious when it comes to this guy. You're gonna have to navigate this, especially from the legal standpoint. And I mean, I don't know how you're gonna plan on doing this, because I'm seeing you're gonna have to be just tread carefully around this person, because when he finds out, he's gonna be probably a little ballistic. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, just clear out any crappy energy, do whatever protective things, work with your angels and spirit guides. But like, you're gonna be okay. Like, I'm just saying, like, you're gonna be safe, you're gonna be whatever, but please, please, please make sure that you are really, you know, during your pregnancy, protecting the baby from any ill energies from him. You know, making sure that you are taking care of your mind, body, and spirit. You know, the message that came about, like, eating well, you know, just make sure you're taking good care of your body. Okay? Wishing you all the best for you and your baby, hon. Sending you a lot of love. How far along are you? Okay, Mr. J, you are up next. Then Phantom, if you're still here. Then Nettie P. Looks like twins. Oh, congratulations! Yeah! Yeah. You'll be okay. Yeah, I know. Like, that's just kind of sad. And, you know, that's going to be a lot of work on your part, too. But I know you have a good community around you, which is really important. And I don't know. I just feel like your spirit guide team is just going to show you so much love throughout this process. You know? Yeah. Dang. But I'm really sorry for you that scenario is happening. Here, I'm gonna go grab a snack real fast, guys, because I'm like suddenly feeling like I need to like eat. Okay, sorry, I'm just eating in the middle of this live stream, but I just really need it right now. Like, something's just making me feel a certain kind of way. Alright. What to expect on my birthday trip? I'm so nervous because I'm going to be traveling for the first time without my mother for the first time. It's like I'm scared of the outside world. This is rare. Aww. Where are you going on your trip, Mr. J? This is rare for me, I meant. And at the same time, the birthday trip is almost like a way for me to find inspiration, possibly meet new people and business connections. Ooh! That sounds fun. Welcome back, Phantom. We're doing Mr. J, then you, Phantom, and then we're doing Nettie P, then Bad. Okay. Virginia. Yeah. I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So, like, I know all about that. And then my sister, she goes to Shenandoah University, which is, like, nearby DC. So, y'all good, Phantom? Okay. Let me go ahead and pull some cards for Mr. J's trip. I feel like your nerves are gonna... You're gonna overcome your nerves. Like, I think, like, maybe the first 2 days you're gonna be like, but, after that it's gonna be okay. I feel like you just gotta be careful about the nightlife. So, like, are you hanging out in DC in particular? Because, like, so something about, just letting you know about DC, just be careful about where you go. My parents actually lived in DC for a little bit and actually got their car stolen. So they've warned me all about DC. DC is, you know, an experience, but just be aware, especially like right now with all the political climate and crap. Like, shit's wild. But I will tell you, Appalachia, though, oh my gosh. I love Appalachia. It's just so pretty. I thought DC was cool. Well, so it depends on where you go in DC. So, first of all, DC is very, it's very, very expensive. And so what happens is a lot of people that work in DC don't live there. They live in the surrounding areas and then take the train in, or commute. And with DC, it's just very chaotic there. Now, granted, if you go to the touristy areas, you're probably going to be fine. But I will say, just like for the nightlife and stuff, just be careful. You know, I'm trying to remember what area of DC is like particularly unsafe. I don't know if it's like the South or whatever, but like certain pockets of it are definitely not. Not just there, pretty much all over West Virginia. So Alexandria, White House, I love Harper's Ferry. Ah, that's such a great place. And then Las Vegas. Wait a second. You're going all over West Virginia, Massachusetts, then Vegas? That is such an odd trip. Okay. I mean, I'm here for it. I'm just kind of like, hold up. You're like, dude, like, that's a lot. I only have 3 days left to get relaxed. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a lot of traveling. Okay. Anyways, let me get into the cards. So you got the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, just kind of like, so Eight of Pentacles is all about like working hard and being determined. So I think, you know, I'm hearing something about like also with like watching how you spend your money. So, you know, just be kind of conscious of that as you travel, because I think, like, you're going to notice significant, like, financial gaps between each location you go to. That, and then also, you know, making sure you budget your money for unexpected expenses. I'm hearing that you might have an unexpected expense. Like, maybe you're trying to travel and something falls through, so just keep in mind with that. And you got the Hierophant in reverse. So, yeah, I'm hearing, like, just be non-conventional with it. Yeah, and I feel like time's gonna go by really fast. So you're gonna love your trip, but like take some time to slow down because I feel like it's gonna move really quickly. And you're gonna make some good memories. Heart with a key, welcome love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, perfect. Yeah, I feel like, you know, the key to your heart is tied into traveling. So enjoy the most of it and just kind of like go have fun. Go dance on the train. Hey, yeah, I can get a reading for you. How do I pronounce your name? We've got hamster wheel, survival, daily hustle. You know, there's going to be a little bit of just, you know, hustle going on with the trip. Winter. So maybe there's going to be some news in the winter time that is significant to what's coming, or like maybe you make a connection right now, like during this trip, that is going to impact in the winter. Envious. Okay, yeah, so maybe... Okay. Envious. So basically, you know, make sure that you are not um judging yourself whenever you're interacting with other people. I feel like you're gonna like meet some new people that you're gonna be like, oh wow. Like either like they're really good at this, or oh wow, they really stand out, and you're gonna kind of be like, how can I be like them? Right? And so this is just kind of like letting you know to like, you know, you're on vacation, have fun, and don't judge yourself and sell yourself short, because just because other people are shiny and, you know, great and whatever, that does not mean it should dull your light. And so, you know, don't let your judgment of other people and compared to your value get in your head. Because you sometimes do that. You sometimes devalue yourself because you're comparing yourself to others. Refocus. I feel like this trip is going to help you realign some of your values a little bit and help you focus on what's important to you. It's kind of like when you need to get out of the house for a little bit and you're suddenly like, oh yeah, that's right. My head's been in the wrong headspace, you know? Just go out and travel. Fall. So maybe something is also coming this fall as well. Mute. Don't stay quiet. All right. So this is something that your spirit guide team is literally being like, okay, you want to go out and meet people. Don't not talk. You're setting yourself up for failure by not going out there and talking to other people. Oh, Queen Bean. Sorry. You were on the list. You're after Nettie P. So right now I'm doing Mr. J, then it's Phantom, Nettie P, and then you. And then after that, Nagar. And then we've got Inner Child. Okay, so Inner Child. Yeah, sorry. I've lost track of things. So Inner Child, that's basically where you really want to tap into that energy for this trip, so that way you can enjoy it to its fullest capacity and not judge yourself, right? Because it's like you're doing something new, you're putting yourself out there, and let your inner child just kind of be loose, have fun, you know. And guess what, if something doesn't work out, you're never going to see him again, so go have fun. Hey Lador, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right either. I can absolutely put you on the list. Alright, I'm gonna try to push myself to talk and forget what people think about me. IDKY, but I get mood swings whenever I'm around a lot of people. Yeah, it could be you're just really sensitive to energies and stuff, and then especially if you're not, like, confident in yourself, that also adds to it. But, yeah, just be patient with yourself. You know, one step at a time. You got this. And, you know, you can still be social without having to be a butterfly, too, right? Like, you don't always have to be, like, the center of attention or always talking to everybody. How many people before me? Alright, so we just wrapped up Mr. J. Thank you so much. Next is Phantom. Then we've got Nettie P, Queen B, Nagar, and then would be you. So you've got 4 people ahead of you. Alright, Phantom, you are up. Oh, and then, oh, sorry, right, Fad, my bad. I said you were on the list, and then so you're gonna be after Queen Bean. My bad, sorry. Alright, Phantom, what's coming on my way soon? you. So I notice you get a lot of readings from people with Twitch online. At the end of my reading for you, I want to ask, how do I compare? Are you getting like consistent readings from the different people that you talk to on Twitch? Are they all kind of telling you the same thing, or do you get like different messages and stuff? I'm just kind of curious because like I'm always like kind of like wondering what I pick up in channel for people, and I don't know. I guess it's like because every reader has their own sort of frequency and stuff that they pick up on. But sometimes, for example, if it's like, yeah, it's the same thing versus like other stuff. Okay. That and like it's been all over the place. Yeah, well, and I think like also too like what's happening collectively is there's just so much changing energies and whatnot, that it's really hard to pick up on what's like the truth. That's why I tend to not do a lot of like future readings. I usually take them with a grain of salt because it's like, okay, like there's definitely some stuff that like, say there's like an important person in your life that, you know, is canonically part of what you need to experience, then yeah, I'm gonna pick up on that. But like little small stuff, it's like it's inconsequential, so I usually don't mess with that. But yeah. Okay, so what is coming towards you, Phantom Bunker? Oh god. Man, are you going through something recently? Because, like, so the first one I saw was pain, and I was like, that's ominous. So we've got pain, we've got distance, forceful, numbing, return, action, and then observer. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Okay, yeah, so there's definitely an energy of like something financially is going to slow down. So like the Five of Pentacles is usually about financial struggle and whatnot. And then with like the Knight of Pentacles, it's kind of like you're going to take this loss, and Queen of Swords, you know, is always talking about like the mind and being able to navigate things clearly. And right now you're just being warned to have some discernment. This Knight of Pentacles says like, you know, you're being like kind of steady with your not just like job, but like your investments and stuff like that. And so they're saying like keep doing that, but there is going to be some kind of a financial turmoil that's going to be coming up. Or someone you're close to, there's going to be something about finances that are going to be significantly impacted. This observer card, I don't know if like someone's kind of like, okay, so I kind of feel like this is you. You're kind of like sitting back and observing things and watching as other people go through things. Your spirit guide team is saying to really take action towards maybe be a little more aggressive in your investing, or like you should be trying to move forward, if that makes sense. Make sure you don't stay still. And energy of some kind, I think, as a result of either this financial turmoil, but like this forceful energy, this numbing energy, distant pain. I feel like maybe these are old challenges that you went through, and there's kind of like gonna be a return to maybe facing some old wounds that's going on. This forceful energy, I feel it's like you're trying to get control out of a certain outcome, but you're gonna be like, maybe there's like a forceful approach that you're used to using that is gonna keep you remaining stagnant. And so your spirit guide team is saying like, hey, you know, you may go through a period of trying to numb things out, or you're used to numbing things out and you've not really addressed that issue, and it's gonna come to a head soon. I don't know why too. My foot is itchy as hell. Yeah, I can't tell if that's like a mosquito bite or something, but like there's something just kind of like, I feel like you're going to be experiencing a little bit of heavier irritation too. Yeah, I'm like immediately like my feet are all feeling weird and stuff. Yeah, there's also like a certain amount of like detachment that your spirit guide team is saying like, hey, you're gonna be forced to detach a little bit, especially like I don't know if there's gonna be like due to economic impacts due to like the political climate and whatnot, but like something's gonna be coming, and your spirit guide team's just trying to prepare you for it. It's gonna be a little bit of a rougher patch. So yeah, just keep a clear head. Don't use force. And I feel like you're going to be distancing yourself from some friendships or some people for a little bit. I think you're going to be kind of solo. Um, you do got to be careful. I feel like there's just going to be a very uncertain time coming up, and I think that's going to keep you scattered. Yeah. Just use your words and all that. One sec. Okay. But yeah, that's what's coming for you, Phantom Pump. That was weird. Like, that's what's coming for you. Yeah, it's kind of like a weird energy of, like, you know, maybe someone's kind of, like, actively, like, looking at you. Maybe in an... I don't know. There's just something. There's something there. Just be safe, but I think you're fine. Alright, anyways, so we've got Nettie P, then Queen Bean, Fad, Nagar, and Lador. No problem, Phantom. Wishing you the best. Thank you for stopping by. Watch your investments, man. What was your question, Nettie? So, will I be okay financially? In what time frame? Like soon? In the future? Give me a little more context. Okay. Hi, Liliana. Is the queue long? Maybe. There is if you are my last person tonight, there are 5 people in front of you. So I'm about to do Nettie P's reading. Man, I think there's a mosquito eating up my feet. Because suddenly, like, both of my toes, both of my feet are itching. And that is really annoying. Really annoying. Okay. Let's get on to Nettie's financial situation. So, Nettie, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, financially, you need to be focused on your long-term financial game. Okay? Because right now, soon is not going to come soon enough, especially when you're spending your time and attention not appropriately planning for the future. It's like you keep running from one crisis to another, and you're not able to ground your energy enough to make better financial decisions. So that right off the bat, the fact that you're in survival mode is what's hindering your financial situation from not getting better soon. Alright, so let me go ahead. Alright, so you got Twin Flame, Excuses, Elusive, Irreconcilable Differences, Walking Away, Escapist, Cleansing, and Non-Action. So I'm going to start with this Non-Action card where I feel like you are not taking enough action towards securing your financial situation. I don't know if you've not come up with a financial plan yet, but maybe try to find a financial advisor to help you with coming up with the right situation. Or if you don't have access to a financial advisor that you can find for free or something, you need to clear your energy out and let go of a lot of your negative thoughts in terms of money. Because right now, you're abandoning yourself and you're having a difficult time. Hey, thank you for subscribing, YS. Anybody that's interested in receiving a reading, feel free to go in the chat and post your question. I'll get you on the list. But yeah, so in terms of like escapist, right now you're trying to escape your financial situation and a lot of your other burdens by like avoiding money talks or avoiding financial literacy. Yeah, I feel like you're going to need to walk away from a certain person, or like there's a problematic partner or some kind of a relationship that's just difficult. So for example, irreconcilable differences, like in order for you to get yourself to a point where you can have financial stability, you need to kind of separate from this older version of yourself. You need to stop prioritizing others' needs and not taking care of your own and focusing on your immediate family and what you can do. We've got excuses here where I feel like you're making some excuses for some toxic behavior from people in your life that are benefiting from your lack of your financially weak situation, and it's not causing you to grow into gaining that security. So try to focus on those things for right now, and having a positive mindset with money will also help resolve this conflict. Because right now, as I said, you're stagnant financially, and even if you, for example, get a new job, like right now, what's happening is your mindset's what's keeping you stuck still. I also like this Twin Flame card. Let me ask some clarification. What does this card mean? King of Cups. Yeah, so I feel like you need to make sure that you're having strong boundaries and strong compassionate for yourself at this time while you're making difficult financial decisions. Because your financial decisions impact your immediate family around you, you need to make sure that you are in control of your own mind and mind over mania. We've got Justice in reverse, and I feel like part of the struggle with your financial situation is you are not receiving justice with some kind of situation. And you gotta let go of the need to be right now so that way you can focus on getting yourself to where you need to get grounded. any sort of like meditations you can do to work through your stress. Understand that, you know, your spirit guide team is here to support you, and feeling grounded and secure in the fact that, you know, the universe wants to financially take care of you. So placing trust into the universe while you're navigating this mental minefield and go through these different obstacles, it's important that you lean into that trust right now. And then we've got elusive. So that's another thing, is I feel like money is eluding you right now. And I think a lot of it has to do with financial stress, you know, being in distress, not having groundedness in your lifestyle and other things, which there's only so much you have control over, obviously. And that's why I'm just feeling you're clearing away a lot of stuff, and trying to escape and run isn't going to serve you right now. Okay? Let's get like a final message to help you out. All right, what's some final messages to help with her financial situation? Yeah, get an outside opinion. So start seeking professional help with your situation. You need to let it go in order to move forward. Yeah, so let go of the shame or any burdens or financial guilt and worries that you have, because the worry is not going to change the situation, but you can overcome the obstacle better if you're not in a negative headspace. Obstacles will wait, so you can and will overcome them. You just got to keep a clear head, one step at a time, and set a timetable for yourself as well. You can do better than that. All right, so just letting you know that your spirit guide team is saying, hey, you have everything you need to overcome this challenge. It's going to be tricky and it's going to be hard, but you're going to overcome it eventually. You can get through this, okay? Sending you a lot of love right now, okay? Okay, Queen Bean, you are up. Then Fad, then Nagar, and do you want a reading? Queen Bean, you are up. Then Fad. Okay, one sec. Sorry, I gotta... Lador, you were after Nagar. Negar. If he's still here. Okay. Yeah, no problem, NEP. Sending you a lot of love. Okay, Queen Bean. What is next in my love life? I'm single. What is next in your love life? Yep. Okay. Okay. What's coming up next in Queen Bean's love life? So I have a feeling you're going to be learning a lesson about overcoming your trust issues. So you got the Knight of Swords. I feel like you were subjected to some people in your past relationships that were very, like, they were silver-tongued. All right, I'm definitely seeing a lot of very critical partners, as well as they knew how to cut you down verbally. And so it's caused you to really not believe when people tell you things. And also just kind of cutting down your self-esteem in general. We've got the Queen of Wands, and then the Sun. So the Sun is like a very positive card, right? And I feel like the Sun is shining on you and trying to remind you to like look on the bright side when it comes to love relationships and obstacles. Because I feel like you're having a hard time. Like, I feel like there's a bit of bitterness that you have right now, that you are healing from. And so the good news is you have a lot of positive, great energy coming your way in terms of love. It's just going to take some work to stay focused on it and not get distracted by the BS. So reinvention. So you're in the process of reinventing your love life and what your value systems are. And so as a result of that, you know, you're going to be going through some growing pains, which are important so that way you can gain access to a better mindset and a better life. Nope, you didn't miss your turn. You are going to be after Fad, which is she's next. We've got disconnected, yeah. So I think you're going to need to remain disconnected from dating for a little bit in order to achieve this. I feel like you're feeling disconnected anyway, and a lot of it is not your fault. You are projecting a certain outcome that is not consistent with where you desire to go, and so that's part of where being disconnected from the rest of the world is helping you, so that way you can get back to yourself. Roller coaster, highest high adrenaline rush. Yeah, you're kind of used to chasing adrenaline rushes with your dating partners and dating life, and until you address this, you're going to continue to be in a cycle of attracting narcissistic people or attracting people that put you in an emotional roller coaster. So if you are not letting go of this addiction energy to adrenaline pumping type relationships dynamics, then you're gonna be back in the same space that you were. Not exactly the same space, but basically you're gonna be in this spot or headspace that's like, just let it go. Commitment. So you do have the potential in the future to attract a partner that is worthy of commitment. You just have to do the hard work of reinventing yourself and really trying to focus on getting right with yourself and getting in touch with your intuition. You also have purge. So right now you're in the process of purging out all the old nastiness that was not serving you. And so it's going to suck, right? It's going to hurt, and it's not going to allow you to be in a negative mindset anymore. It's kind of like, it's almost like not forced positivity, but it's like you are literally going to be putting yourself through emotional boot camp to authentically, truly be a positive, happy version of yourself. And because you've been through so much, that takes work. You're rewiring your brain. I mean, like, looking at that Knight of Swords with, like, these dudes that cut you deep, that's not okay, right? And you're really carrying those scars around, and what's happening is you're now going to be healing those scars by enforcing positivity in your life and saying, like, sometimes, like, I'm not going to lie, like, you kind of have to sometimes be hard on yourself in the sense of, I am not going to allow negativity to run my life anymore. Especially if that's what you've been used to for a long time. You have to be a little bit more committed to positivity when you've been stuck in these situations for so long. You know what I mean? Because there's a huge difference between like naturally being happy and, you know, wanting positivity and whatnot, and then there's like, in your case, it's kind of like the negativity can get so detrimental that you have to kind of be like, hey, no, I'm not going to allow that mindset to affect me anymore. Like, no, I'm not going to think badly of others, or I'm not going to think the worst, because that's ultimately stealing away my happiness, right? I'm going to pull one more card for you, Queen Bean. This doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so I feel like right now, as part of your healing process and going towards a more loving relationship, you're not going to really have a lot of clarity right now. I'm going to be honest, because a lot of what I'm seeing is you're in a you're kind of in a tumultuous new realm of shaping yourself, defining new boundaries, healing, but also at the same time remaining hopeful and kind of being like, do I date? Do I whatever? Your spirit guide team is just saying, focus on yourself, focus on your transformation, your healing, and kind of let go of certainty right now. It's not meant to be certain for you. And that's okay. Like, if you're sitting there going like, I don't know what's going on, great, neither do we. It's fine. Like, that is the mindset you need to be having right now, is just kind of letting go of control and just going with the flow. Because it's going to be a lot easier for you to step into your more divine purpose when you're not so convinced you need to know the outcome of everything. Okay? Alright, thank you so much, Queen Bean. Fad, you are up. Then Nagar, then Lador, then Liliana, then YS. And then YS, you're going to be the last person for the night. Okay, Fad. Post your question. Sorry. I was 1 minute late. Nah, you're fine. You're fine. I'm not trying to keep a strict schedule here, but at the same time also, I think it's like, it's worse when it's like earlier, when I've got like 11 people wanting ratings and then people don't show up. I'm like, dude, that's not cool. Like, you're at the end of the live stream where everything's kind of chill and I don't have like a large list. But like, yeah. Sorry. I apologize. I apologize. Helping a friend out. I'm having a dilemma. IDK, if I should step on my heart and text... How do I pronounce that? Is that Ayam? Ayam? To end the relationship, or I should give it time and he would actually step up so we can solve this. How long has this been going on? I may not need cards to answer your question. What should Fad do in terms of her relationship with Amon? With Amon, okay. What a week now. I don't know. I'm feeling... Alright, never mind. That is my intuition. That is not what your spirit guides are saying. Okay. Oh man, when this card comes out, my spirit guide team, they're just like, damn. Alright, so the first card you got was Keep Your Mouth Shut. So I'm feeling... Okay. Alright, who is this for? Alright, spirit guides to... Okay, so there's like an energy in between the two of you. So there's almost like an energy of like, keep your mouth shut because they don't want to upset you in some way. And so that's why I think he's being a little avoidant right now. I feel like he's very much like closed off. And at first I was thinking like, all right, is the spirit guide team telling you or telling him? And it's more of like, it's like a contextual energy between the two of you. We've got stand up fight. I feel like part of it is like, you're kind of in a conflicting energy. between fighting for the relationship or fighting him. And I think neither energy does you good because it's not really holding space for his authentic truth right now. And I think like you're being a little stubborn towards him. Hey Samil, hey Vincent. I am going to be closing up the list for tonight, but if you like and subscribe, I do free readings every Tuesday and Thursday evenings, starting at 7 p.m. Central Time. So thank you for stopping by. Otherwise, you can sit and hang out because we talk about some fun shit. Okay, what are you feeding your soul and mind? Yeah, so basically, your spirit guide team's trying to tell you, like, hey, look, if you're obsessing over this person, obsessing over them is not helping the situation, right? It's essentially kind of not accepting the place where he's at. So how am I being stubborn towards him? So you're not accepting where he is at, right? So, for example, with the keep your mouth shut, I was feeling like if this guy wants to talk, then he'll talk when he's ready. And if you are like constantly being like, like, da, 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 you know what I mean? That's just going to continue to push him away more. Right? Because ultimately, if he is an avoidant or if he is somebody that's kind of like, you know, a little uncertain right now, you can't force him to exist in a different space because that's causing you to be pushed out and disempowering yourself, right? So if you want someone to show up for you, just kind of sit back and then he's either going to come back like an alley cat and you can accept that, or you can say, hey, this behavior and lifestyle is not a fit for me, so I'm gonna go walk over here and date somebody else, right? So you can't have it one or both ways. You either accept the fact that he's avoidant and you hold space and don't try to force him to come out of his shell, or you say, hey, I want someone who's a little bit more consistent, I'm gonna leave. And that's where that stubbornness is when you step out and instead try to like, hey, why don't you talk to me, why don't you talk to me? Even if you are not directly saying that to him, that energy is still there and he feels it, right? Like it's still there. So having the time to just accept where he's at and then getting an actual honest gauge of like how your feelings towards him will be beneficial, because then it's going to also not limit either of you with what's going on. In my experience, people open up when there is less pressure. Absolutely. Yeah, and you know what I mean? It's not your fault, but it's also like, you know, you disempower yourself and you're not fully accepting of his experience if that's how he's behaving, right? Yep, pressure keeps things shut. All right, let's see. We've got fixated. We've also got barrier, children, and then karmic. Okay, yeah, so for example, you being fixated on the situation, right? Like if it's been a week, like I respect your frustrations, but depending on what caused the separation, you know, that is going to really determine the length of time that is okay. And also, like, how much time are you willing to put up with, right? With children, for example, I'm feeling like there's just kind of like a childish energy dynamic between the two of you. And I think it takes a level of awareness to say, hey, I don't feel comfortable with you not responding to me. Let's actually sit and talk about it. And like, I'm going to actually hold space for you. Because like, here's another thing too. I feel like this guy is avoidant because I feel like he's had his emotions used against him in the past. I feel like he's opened up. And so he's just shut down whenever he feels that there's pressure to do more than beyond where he's feeling comfortable. And I feel like there's just kind of some element on his side of things that you're not fully seeing his perspective on. Which again it's not so much about someone's bad and someone's good. It's more so you determining if you don't want this kind of behavior, talk to him about it or address it and really hold space and kind of call yourself out if you're noticing yourself trying to like put him into a box, or say, hey, no thank you, this is just making me anxious, right? Like you don't have to, you know, put it one way or another. And like that's where you got to kind of sit with yourself authentically and be like, how committed am I to this connection, right? Like how much do I actually feel towards this guy, you know? Yep, just like Samuel said. Hey, Eileen. Wow, we got like a bunch of people popping in. Hello. Hi, yeah, my queue is closed for the night, but if you like and subscribe, I do free readings every Tuesday and Thursday evening starting at 7 p.m. Central. So things book up fast here. So yeah, I also do these readings professionally as well. So if you like any of the things you're hearing, you can also book a reading from me via my website mindovermania.com. So woohoo! Yay! Join the group. Okay, anyways, we've got the Ace of Wands, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, and we've got Strength. Ooh, you're getting the big hitters here in terms of cards. Yeah, basically just take more action towards yourself and take more action towards groundedness so that way you can really feel your emotions out and really get like, just not be in a negative headspace in terms of like how this guy's reacting. Because I think you're both like triggering each other's insecurities. And so if you know things about like anxious and avoidant attachment styles, you know, when you get closer towards like secure, you're not going to get as triggered by him rejecting you or feeling rejected. And you're going to need strength to get through this, right? Like that in itself is going to be part of the lesson, you know, in terms of determining what is the best situation for you. Because when you're strong in yourself, you're not going to be as influenced by someone else's behavior, especially like the little shit. But like, I totally get you when it comes to like, you're talking to somebody and then they're just like watching you, but they're not saying anything. It's frustrating as hell, and that's why you kind of have to like, if you really do want that person, then you have to tell yourself, well, then I just gotta be patient. But if you really don't like that person, then nah. Snip, snip. Okay, I hope that helps you out, Fad. Alright. Yeah, no, and it's hard, you know, and I think you're doing a great job by acknowledging that, and that's like the first step, you know? So just deep breathing. Deep breathing. All right, Nagar, you are up, then Lador, Liliana, then YS. So my signs, so my moon and sun are Scorpio. About 50% of my chart is Scorpio. And then my rising is Taurus. Fad, I don't know. Okay. Juan's current intention towards me versus Nelly. I don't look for advice on that. Okay. Juan's current intention. May the light of love attend your sleeping and waking, Fad. Aw, that's so cute! That's cute. Alright, I have a lot of Scorpio, man. My Venus is Scorpio, like, I am the definition of a Scorpio. I go through so much change. It's a lot. Okay. But it's a good time over here. It's a great time. Okay, what are Juan's intentions? Oh my gosh. Dude, Juan's not... Man, I've been like dishing it out on y'all's partners tonight. I'm like, man, we gotta clear all of this this negative intention stuff out. Stopping to say hello. Hope you're doing so well. Thank you, let's go. Thank you. Yeah, no, this live stream started off with me being real depressed, and then y'all brightened my day and made everything better. So I'm like, yay. How about Samuel? What are your signs? It says my 4th house is Scorpio, and so I'm very home around Scorps. Yep. My pleasure, Fad. Okay. Alright, so Juan's energy, he's just using both of you. I think I've done a reading for you in the past, right? Yeah, no, his energy hasn't changed towards you. He's using both of you. And I think like you're playing into this triangulation energy that he's doing that is just not cool. So for example, so right now you've got the Hierophant, the Devil in reverse, Queen of Swords, King of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. It's like the same cards I'm getting all night. Distant, forceful, invading, no action, drama queen. Yeah, there's a lot of drama queen energy going on, and I really feel like, you know, this guy's like... Yeah, he's triangulating you. Why do you want to be in a dynamic like that? Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not saying this to judge you or anything, but I'm definitely just feeling like, you're intentionally staying stuck in a situation that you know is unhealthy for both you and another person. And it's keeping you trapped in a negative mindset and causing you to really get, like, because this is a third party situation, right? I feel like you're more upset with the girl and their dynamic than you are with the fact that you're keeping yourself trapped chasing after somebody who is not interested in you. Like, thank you, James. Like, literally, I'm just sitting here like, I'm sorry, like, this devil in reverse card, I'm like, yeah, no, but it doesn't matter that you're in no contact, you're still focusing on it. You're going to different tarot readers asking about it. You're looking for different results that are not going to bring you peace in this situation. You're just hurting yourself with it. He's with somebody else, and there's like, please do not make the story. That is not true, girl. No, I'm telling you right now. I'm looking at this energy. There's just this energy, like drama queen. Like there's stuff that's going on that you're in denial about. And look, it's like he's not going to be taking he's not going to be taking action towards you. I'm not gonna feed into disillusions, hon. Someone's calling me? Where's my phone? Oh. Yeah, no. I can't answer that. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna tell you right now, but I asked towards me versus here. It doesn't matter. Alright, so and I'm gonna tell you this right now, and anybody else that's watching me as a reader, I'm not the reader that's just going to give you tea on people that's not going to serve you, okay? Because my goal as a reader and as a intuitive professional is to get you to the point where you are manifesting and getting what you are ultimately wanting. And I'm not going to be triangulating and participating and giving you information about things that don't benefit you. Like I've done this reading for you before, and I'm being stubborn about this because this is not serving you. He is triangulating energetically, and that's where, regardless of if he's doing it or not, it's hurting you. I think you're just working on giving advice. You know what? You don't need a reading for me then, hun. We're not a match. Okay? We're not a match, okay? That's fine. I'm not interested in doing your reading. I'm sorry. I'm gonna move on. We're gonna part ways. All right, Lador, you are up. Then Liliana, then YS. Lador, you are up. Then Liliana, then YS, and then I'm done for the night. Oh, James, you know what, James? I'll add you on too. All right, I'm feeling a little extra feisty. All right, is it fully over for a happy lifelong commitment with T Aquarius? Okay. All right, is it fully over for a happy lifelong commitment with T? Yeah, Lador, like, so usually I start my live streams off with a collective message at the beginning. So I do like a 10-minute reading that's just for the collective energy. I feel like after this live is over, I recommend checking it out, because I do feel like you're dealing with a deep-rooted grief energy. Oh, thank you, Samuel. Basically, I feel like you're like trying to work around this grief that I think is inevitable. Um, and I'm just feeling a little bit of denial here. So we've got the Nine of Wands. Essentially, you know, you are coming towards, you know, I feel like you just came out of like a stalemate of some kind. It was almost like you were kind of like stagnant for a while, and then now you're coming to the almost conclusion of like like you weren't taking action, and then now you're getting into the next stage. We have the Ace of Swords. I feel like it's supposed to be in reverse, but I got it upright. I feel like it's causing you to not be in the best of mental headspaces, and I feel like it's causing you to be a bit critical of yourself, as well as just being able to, yeah, I'm just feeling like it's really getting in your head a bit about like your worthiness of yourself, and I don't think that's okay. All right. Hey, look, y'all. I already closed the list. So right now, what I've got is Lador, Liliana, YS, and then I have James in there. But after that, I don't have any other readings. I've been going for a couple nights now, or a couple hours now. So if you'd like a free reading, please come back on a Tuesday or a Thursday. I read starting at 7 p.m. Central Time. All right. And then I also have Judgment in reverse. Yeah, so I feel like you're kind of like, I feel like you're shutting down a call to move on and move forward. I feel like there's some kind of a unwillingness to listen to the call. All right, I feel like yeah, you're just not listening to something that's being told to you. So we've got numbing, we've got fear, we've got interview, talk, conversation, get on the same page. Yeah, I feel like you and this other person, like maybe you haven't had full closure, and I feel like that is kind of in conflict with what you're going through. So maybe if you have the ability to talk with this person, maybe you should talk about it. But I don't know why, but I kind of get the vibe that you're kind of like, you're standing here and like you're asking for readings to kind of ease yourself into this conversation. Interlude, pause, timing factor. So I do feel like, you know, you are in a pause, timescale, timing factor, right? I'm sure that stuff will eventually become more apparent to you with what direction you should choose. So right now, just kind of getting grounded of what you need right now would be best. Material world. I do think the material world will impact your ability to have a committed relationship with this person, because I feel like you're kind of denying some of your needs with this partnership. Specifically because I feel like you're not paying attention to the material aspects of this dynamic. So say, for example, with you and this person, right? I feel like this person, I feel like they make you feel happy, but you're also not looking for some of the more grounded elements of a relationship, long-term relationship. So say, for example, you are trying to move through a difficult period, right? So say you get married, right? And the economy takes a different direction and your partner loses his job, right? How is your partner able to help you navigate these situations? How do they plan ahead for handling these sort of scenarios? I feel like this person, you're either projecting a better financial outlook on this person just because of the kind of job they have instead of how they actually show up in the day-to-day relationship. I think you just want to pay attention to those things before really hopping into a commitment with them. Again, like, I don't want to say you're not talking to this person, but are you kind of like broken up with this person? Or I feel like there's kind of like you're on the edge. And I'm not feeling that this connection's very secure. Listen to the signals. Pain isn't always a death sentence. Move on. Yeah, I feel like, you know, if you are feeling called or drawn towards a certain direction that you feel this relationship is going, then understand that sitting in your pain is not going to help it, and to continue to move forward. We've got your thoughts are lying to you on this. So I feel like maybe you are, yeah, like I said, I'm just feeling a lot of projection energy. You're trying to make this person out to be someone that they're not. And I feel like you have a hard time. Like, you almost kind of gaslight yourself that this person, like, everything's going to be okay or whatever, when you're not, like, focused on it. So we are no contact, but his mom was messaging with me, so so I contacted him. Yeah, I'm not feeling very confident. You're doing a great job avoiding this issue. Yeah, I think you really just need to get very clear with him, and then you need to get very clear within yourself too. Because depending on what caused the no contact, I feel like you're not being honest with yourself about the lack of security in this relationship, and also where it's moving towards. So, anyways, though, Lador, that is your reading for the night. All right, Liliana, you were up. Then YS, then James. All right, let me check out the chat. You mean he won't show up financially well with us? I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm saying that you're not taking the time to assess some of that, like, deeper stuff, right? I think you'll find yourself in the right place. Yeah, you know what I mean? All right, Liliana, are you still here? Yeah, no problem, Lador. All right, Liliana, if you're here, go ahead and pop in. Otherwise, YS, you're up. And then James. Yeah, because like I said, it's like, it's just more so, I just have a feeling that, yeah, I'm not saying anything else. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Okay, Liliana, YS, or James. Please make yourself known in the chat so that way I know you're here. Yeah, thanks for the support, Samil. I appreciate you hyping up the audience here. All right. Let's see. All right, Liliana and YS, are you here? I'll give you a couple more seconds, and then I moved on, but this recontact made me say, yeah, no, I get that, and that's hard, you know. But you can do it, you know. I believe in your strength, you know, and understanding that at the end of the day, you will get what you need, you will get what you deserve, and having like a strong belief system that it's going to work out no matter what is ultimately what's going to help guide you to where you need to be and to the person you need to be with, you know, because it's like, especially like when you're like trying to be connected with somebody, you can't force a connection. And there's often times where it's like, hey, you can really be compatible with a person, but it just doesn't work out, and it's nobody's fault, and it's not a, you know, a win or lose or whatever. So, yeah. Yeah. So just love yourself through it, Lador. I get it. It's like sometimes like those old reminders are just like, please, like I really want to make it work, and it's like, no, like at the end of the day, you know, um sometimes we have to move forward, you know, but you ultimately will know what's best for you, right? And then just being secure in yourself too, even if there is an opportunity that things work out in the future, right? You're secure in yourself that you understand that if something does work out and change in the future, okay, fine. You know, you're open, you're secure in yourself, so it doesn't matter what this person does external to you. His mom is crazy and she's attacking. What? Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, that's a lot. Yeah, okay, yeah, personal safety, that is definitely a priority. Now, um yeah, I don't blame you on that one. That's hard. We have a Mercury retrograde coming up, so past stuff will come up to this. Yeah, we get another Mercury retrograde. Woo! Hey Liliana or YS, are either of you here? Because otherwise, James, you are up. What is your question, James? Hey, Nagar, I don't appreciate the energy that you're kind of bringing to my live. Do you mind moving on? Because clearly we're not a match for each other. I apologize if you feel offended, but I'm not really cool with the way you're kind of acting on my live. All right, what will the rest of the year bring? Yeah, I'm like, no disrespect here. I'm just saying, I just don't think it's compatible, okay? I don't mean to send disrespect, but, I just don't feel it's compatible, okay? Alright, what will the rest of the year bring? I can, but, like, I don't feel, you know, it's no ill will here, right? We're all good. What will the rest of the year bring for James? Alright. So for you, James, whew. Man, I feel like everybody's kind of. Did everybody else have like a really beginning crazy first half of this year? Because I feel like you're coming out of that too. So in terms of like what's gonna happen in the rest of the year, so we've got financial support, child alimony, government, grief, bounty hunter, chaser, hot pursuit, and then we've got childish. Yeah, so I feel like, man, I don't know, did you go through a breakup recently, James? Or like was there some kind of like a person you're trying to get away from? Because I feel like there was something that like significantly impacted you at the beginning of this year. And so now you've been kind of like, now that you're at the midway point, you're kind of recovering from things. But like this childish energy, I feel like you're just dealing with some childish people. I feel like there's kind of an energy of you need to get back to yourself. All right, yeah, we've got 5 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so you do have some good things coming your way, at least for this next half. And then 6 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, one sec. I'm trying to like. Yeah, I just feel like if you had some chaos going on, it's kind of hard to like pinpoint your energy and what's going on here. Yeah, I just feel like there was some kind of an energy of something not being resolved. So then whenever you came in and like you sort of took a different approach to something or towards someone, it caused like a shift in what was supposed to happen. And so, for example, like with this chase or hot pursuit, I feel like you're going to be really aggressively moving towards a goal. So maybe, so say for example, you were in a headspace or mindset that was, all right, I'm trying to let go of this old version of me or whatever. Like maybe you were like not as self disciplined, or because of this other stuff happening, you kind of lost track of stuff. So then now you're like, okay, cool, we're going to start working out again, or we're going to start setting some financial goals. So as a part of that, you are like, I'm seeing you in this next half of the year, you're going to be way more consistent and way more focused. I just think that you're still going to be dealing with some emotional kind of some emotional setbacks depending on the time of the year. So maybe during like the peak of fall you might struggle a little bit. And then this financial support, I also don't know if you're financially supporting someone as well. So I think that's also going to be an influential factor towards you really working hard. Um, yeah, I'm also kind of feeling like you're going to be a little bit yeah, because like I'm seeing, so I'm looking at the card and there's like the stick in the dog's mouth, right? And it's almost like I literally see you being like, you're gonna have like such a grip on like maybe it's like not boundaries, but it's like specifically like how people treat you. So like, for example, if someone's not showing up for you the right way, nope, you're not taking anybody's shit. You're gonna be specifically looking for where are the rewards, where's the money, where's this, where's that. Like it's very much like a, okay, if I'm putting my energy towards working on this, if it doesn't give me a return, okay, great, I'm moving toward, like it's very much like you're gonna be like hustling. And I feel like you have like you're carrying a bit of a family burden as well. That is a little bit of an obstacle. And I think that's what's also pressuring you to continue to move forward in this light. The Five of Cups, I'm seeing that you're also not fully utilizing all of your resources. So, say for example, you've got like a family friend who owns a farm, right? And you really enjoy um, going camping, right? And you're sitting there going like, man, you know, I want to save some money this weekend, but I really want to go out or whatever. Be like, oh yeah, by the way, my cousin has a farm that I can go out to, right? Like I feel like there's like people in your network that can support you so that way you're not burning yourself out, because I feel like you're going to have to worry about burnout to a certain degree. I do see things moving in your favor, so I do see some potential financial opportunities. I'm also feeling like I'm seeing you digging your heels in on something too. Like maybe you're gonna like there's like a conflict with a family member that's been kind of ongoing. I'm seeing it's like a like either a mother figure or a grandmother, but there's somebody that you're kind of like having this conflict with that you're gonna like sit there and be like, nope, enough is enough. There's only so much I can do about the situation. Cool. Which is kind of great because I feel like in the past you weren't standing in your power as much, but now you are moving towards a better direction. Yeah, you got the Sun card. Yeah, so there's some stuff that you're gonna have to look forward to in the rest of the year too. So like as a result of you working hard, as a result of you moving towards a better future, I think you're gonna start seeing the light a bit more, and I think you're gonna have like I don't know. I think it's like it's easier to experience gratitude after you've been struggling for a bit and suddenly you're just like, oh man, wow, like my work really did pay off and I am really like, you know, I am really grateful. Yeah, I really did need to shape things up, right? And so like you're gonna have like a much sunnier outlook by the end of this year. I feel like though right now it's a little tough sometimes, but you're gonna get there. Keep going. I believe in you. You got this. All right. That was the last reading for the night. Let me go ahead and check on the
Alright. It says, well, Mercury is the planet of communication, right? In retrograde. So it's time to check in with yourself and focus on inner dialogue. So communicate with those past loved ones and make sure it's over. No, communicate with yourself. Yep. Then it can be a time for a personal revelation. Let's see. Well, it was over with me in person. I cut them off, but going back, feel over. I thought I was done. It resonates. Good reading. Aligning with myself again. Long live Mind Never Made It. Thank you. And yes, if you're... Aw, thank you for the kind words, James. I really appreciate you. You're doing a good job, and you know, I feel like you don't get told that enough, and I just say respect. You know what I mean? Like what's cool about your energy, James, is like you are literally sitting in you're sitting in an energy where you are disciplined and you're able to say no, but you're doing it in such a really great, empowered way, and absolutely loving it. So good for you, James. I feel energy strongly sometimes, and I felt his love so strong. Yeah, no, that's really hard, Lador. Sending you love. Hey, Florencia. Thank you so much. I am closing up the list. I've been doing this for a few hours now, but just letting you know, I do free readings every Tuesday and Thursday starting at 7 p.m. Central Time. And, yeah, you can catch me next week. And I left my like. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, for joining me on the live stream. I appreciate all the love and the kind words and all the support. So yeah. I will see you guys next week, okay? Take care. Bye.